Good evening, everybody. Welcome inside the class of 1923 arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It's time for Drexel hockey here on the Drexel Hockey Network. Bob Long here, excited to bring this game to you. And it's an old school rivalry between the two tenants of this very building. The Penn Quakers at 13-2-0-1 on the year, taking on the Drexel Dragons D2 ACHA team, 7-12-0-2 on the season. This should be a good one. If you're joining us live right now, we're going to have about 10, maybe 15 minutes until we have puck drop. It'll be a 10-minute skate, no ice cut, and then immediately to the center circle for face-off. Penn will be dressed in the home white uniforms here tonight, as it is technically their home game. And for the first time, at least as long as I've been doing this, Drexel will head to the road bench and take the seats in the road blue uniforms as the road tenant here tonight. This should be a good one, so excited to be alongside today's game and all the games on the Drexel Hockey Network. Brought to you by Drexel University's LeBeau College of Business. You can find them and all the information you could ever want on drexellebeau.com. That's Drexel University's LeBeau College of Business, drexellebeau.com. Now let's hear from some of the members of the Drexel D2 team. I'm going to start with the coaching staff and assistant coach Mike Antoni giving us a few minutes. We recorded these before the season. Hope you enjoy. And in just a few minutes, puck drop here on D8. Intermission here on the Drexel Hockey Network. And with us, we have assistant coach for the D2 team, Mike Antoni. Mike, thanks so much for spending some time with us here today. Excited to pick your brain about your team.
Thanks, Bob. Really appreciate it. We're excited to be on and excited to have you back again this year.
It's a pleasure on our side. It's been a great partnership so far. And really excited to broadcast D2 games this year, something we did just once or twice last year, getting a lot more consistent with that. And a big part of that is, one, your guys' commitment to a team like this, and two, you guys are playing some pretty good hockey. I mean, you had a great year last year to the point where you've decided to step up from a league's perspective, joining a more difficult league. And if you could tell us a little bit about that process, how you made the decision, and how you anticipate that going.
Yes, definitely, Bob. Last summer, we really didn't anticipate having the amount of talent that we ended up having that came in last year. And so we joined a league that we knew we would be competitive in, and we didn't think we would win the league last year going into the season. Turned out we had a great incoming freshman class. We had 18 first-year guys on the team last year. Some young guys were asked to take on leadership roles and jumped right into the responsibility. Didn't miss a beat, so that helped out. So we went on to win the Delaware Valley Hockey Conference, and then now we're stepping up to a league that's going to have Penn State's club team, Delaware's second team, Maryland, Ryder, Rowan, a lot more competition than the league we were in last year. So it's going to be a challenge for us, but we're ready to accept it. Each year the program just gets better and better. With Kyle's leadership, it just trickles down all the way down to our team as well. It's all one family, and the work ethic and the mentality is contagious between both teams.
What I noticed when I broadcast a few of the games last year for the D2 team is how many freshman contributors that you guys had, and the fact that you were sticking guys just 1 year out of high school in many cases into situations, into the cauldron of college hockey, and the way those guys responded tells me a lot about the program, about what you guys do when you recruit kids to come in here, and kind of the expectations growing from D2 to D1 and keeping that pipeline going. What do you guys look forward to this year from a freshman class, and how did that process go of really structuring a class of 2023?
Yeah, so the kids, when we're going out and we're talking to guys that are interested in coming to Drexel, we're really focusing on the person first, the talent, and then of course the financial support has to be there as well. But we're really going and looking at who that person is as an individual. We want to surround our players with more good people, and I think that develops a culture, a winning culture when you have good people in place. And so that's our main objective when we're looking at guys coming to play at Drexel.
So all that's great, and that's fantastic. When you go through that process, and after the last year, You find high character guys. What about the hockey side? What do you see in this freshman class, and how will they impact the success of the D2 team?
Yeah, so this is another stepping stone for us. We're going to go to 2 practices a week, and so we're really going to develop these kids that are coming in. They're 18, 19 years old, and they're playing 23, 24-year-old men now. So it's really an emphasis on building a stronger physicality and being able to making them understand that now they're not the big men on campus that they were in high school. Now they have to. We placed a huge emphasis on the weight room the past year. We see especially when Kyle's team goes and plays in the national tournament, they're playing men there. So it is making sure that these kids understand the importance of getting into the weight room and developing themselves physically is definitely the thing we try to make sure they understand, that that's where they're going to that's what's going to make the most impact on their game. A lot of these kids are coming in, they're very talented, they have the skill, now they just need to grow into themselves. Yeah, so that's where we see this incoming class. We have a couple big defensemen coming in that will be a huge impact for us. So I think we should be in great shape as far as the talent that's coming in.
From a D2 coaching perspective, you guys have a tremendous staff, as good a staff as you'd see in the country for any club program, any hockey program whatsoever. And you guys happen to have 2 of those staffs, which I think is quite impressive and really a great thing for the program going forward. How about Mike Antoni? How did Mike make his way back into hockey? Obviously, you played here, but what brought you back in this capacity?
Yes, definitely. So last year, we had an opportunity. Kyle wanted to give more kids at Drexel the opportunity to play the game of hockey, play the game they love at the highest possible level they could. And we didn't want to. Last year, we would have had to cut 30 guys if we didn't put the second team together. So Kyle approached us all, and we were all living in the Philadelphia area. It turned out that we're very much interested in helping him develop the program, and so it's just an opportunity for us to give more kids the ability to play the game they love at a very, very competitive level still. So that we were easily sold on that. Yeah.
Any games circled on the calendar for this year?
Yes, we do. We go up to Penn State and play them at the new Pagola Center. So that's definitely going to be a big one. Rowan and Ryder are always little rivalries. We have South Jersey rivalries. So those will be points of emphasis. And then we go down to Liberty in Virginia and play them for a weekend, 2 games. So they're going to be a huge challenge. They're always top 5 in the country. So them and Penn State are both in our league, and so they're usually, if not in the national championship, they're in the national tournament on an annual basis. So we're going to have our work cut out for us, but I think we're ready for the challenge.
Well, good stuff. We'll be with you every step of the way on the Drexel Hockey Network, and thanks for taking the time with us here. You'll see Mike and his staff back behind the bench for many D2 games on the Drexel Hockey Network this year, including the one you're watching right now. Stay with us throughout the rest of the Intermission Report, and we'll be back with Puck Drop shortly.
Thanks a lot, Bob.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Intermission here on the Drexel Hockey Network. We have Josh Finlayson here with us. Josh, thanks for the time.
No problem. Thank you, Chair.
Hey, my pleasure. So walk me through this season, expectations, change in the conference. A lot of change with your program.
Yeah, last year we kind of came with a lot of question marks in the first year, but after the first few games, you kind of noticed that we can compete, and then about, I'd say, 9 or 10 games in, we were about the top of the league. So I think this year we're just trying to take the next step and keep building what we got on. I think we have a great group of guys that just really want to compete, and we're moving to a very competitive division. It's one of the best in the country. So we're confident, but we're also humble about ourselves, so I think we can go a long way this year.
Freshmen coming in, have you gotten the opportunity to meet and see a lot of them, and how do you expect them to compete right away?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of freshmen came in pretty quick, and I mean, every year it shocks me how good these young players are that come in, and they just compete right away, and there's a lot of talent on the ice every game. And I mean, we have a ton of depth, so every line 1 through 4 and all our D pairings have a ton of talent, and yeah, we just can roll lines, and I think that's what we do. We just tire out teams and just grind on them and then wear them out, and then we kind of just go in there and put up some points.
That's good. When somebody is going to watch, D2 hockey for the first time at Drexel, what are they going to see? What's the character, the identity of this particular hockey team?
I think from going back last year and watching a lot of our games, I think we just roll 4 lines and just pound teams out. We have a ton of depth, and we just work really hard. I think our work ethic's crazy. We for everything, if we on the power play, even strength or a penalty kill, we just work as hard as we can and just put in as much effort every single shift. And we may not be the most skilled team every night, but we're definitely the hardest working.
Well, I certainly think that. I had the opportunity to broadcast you guys a few times, and you guys can move, you guys can fly, you guys make things difficult on people. Welcoming teams that maybe you might have seen last year to a brand new class of 1923 arena, what's that going to be like?
It's going to be special. I mean, I haven't seen the rink in 5 months now, so the first practice is going to be pretty cool. It'll be cool getting some new boards on there that are pretty. Last year the boards are a little unpredictable sometimes. You get a little, if you dump the puck sometimes it'll pop out somewhere, but hopefully you gotta, and yeah, just keeping the home rink atmosphere. I feel like last year I think we didn't lose at home. I think we're pretty sure we were undefeated, so we got to keep that home mentality as we just go in with winning mentality every game.
So I asked a few D1 guys, and most of them didn't take the bait for a Kyle Zoldi impression. But do you have a Justin Levin impression for us, or a Mike Antoni, or?
Oh wow. So let's see. I'm trying to think of a good quote that comes from our team.
I'll grant you immunity too. I don't know if I have the power to do that.
I don't know.
It can't be held against you.
I know. Should have prepped for this one a little better. I was trying to. Heard you guys ask a lot of the funniest guys on the team. I was trying to prep him for that one. Wasn't expecting that.
That'll come next.
Oh, it'll come next. All right, cool. A good Reg impression. I don't know if I got one. He's more just kind of comes in for like 5 minutes before a game and just gives his little spiel, and then we're ready to go. So he keeps it pretty quick before every game. So doesn't really have a saying.
Okay. So now the one you were prepared for.
Yeah.
Funniest guy on the team.
All right, so there's a couple, but I think I'm going to have to give it to Pete. I mean, he was pretty close to in the locker room every game. He's a very calm guy in the locker room, but also a little bit of goofball sometimes. Keeps it very light in the locker room, which is great. So, yeah, definitely, I think Pete's the guy for that one.
Okay. And then the most profound, somebody that'll make you think.
Wow. In the locker, that's a tough one.
And why?
Wasn't ready for that one, I have to say.
That's part of being on the hot seat.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Most profound? Probably going to go. So there's 3 of them. So we got the 3 people sitting next to each other in the locker room. We got Shelly, Maz, and Carlson. They're all right next to each other in the locker room. So putting them together is it's a pretty scary group, and get interesting sometimes.
Oh, well, that's great. Well, I appreciate the time. Thanks for playing along with the questions on the hot seat. And we'll be watching, we'll be broadcasting, and we're looking forward for a big year for you guys.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
Thank you. Here with us at Intermission on the Drexel Hockey Network of the D2 team. Tim, very much looking forward to your year this year and that of the D2 team. I had the opportunity to broadcast a few games last year. Obviously, we're doing a lot more this year. Man, you guys fly around, I tell you, and it's. I'm excited to see what's going on with this new conference. You guys are challenging yourselves. If you could, walk me through how that process occurred and kind of the expectations for this year.
Well, last year was kind of like, it was our inaugural season, so a lot of factors coming into play, trying to figure a lot of things out with a lot of different players, personalities on the team. Playing in the DVCHC. Got a few good opponents, a lot of non-conference games that were pretty competitive. Thought we did well, thought we could move up, we could compete with the higher level teams. Played Ryder last year, right after Christmas.
And good evening once again, everybody. Welcome back inside the class of 1923 arena. Bob Long here on play-by-play for the Drexel Hockey Network. Many thanks to Nathan Bryant, who's helping us out on the camera. His debut here on the Drexel Hockey Network, back behind the camera. Drexel in the blue, Penn in the home white uniform. For the first time, Drexel is going to be the road team here in their home barn this year, as Joe Finlayson chopped it off the boards off the initial faceoff. Here's Penn with the puck up the center of the ice. Here's Robert Blend. He has 28 points on the year. Discarded into the wall well there by Ian Huver. Colin Quinn's back behind the net for Drexel, trying to get a clearance. Finlayson comes with it on his stick, and into the neutral zone they go. Popped forward there by number 15, Zach Plotkin. Penn turns back behind their own net, and playing with it too much in the defensive end. Turnover sent in front. Skylar Rosenbaum with a shot, and the save there. It did come loose, but after the whistle, where the referee deemed, or at least he lost sight of it if nothing else, but deemed that the goaltender, David Ostrowski, had that one under control. 19:22 to play, first period. Our first stoppage of the game and a scoreless tilt. Skylar Rosenbaum in the face-off circle. It's won by Penn and is flipped up and out of the zone. Back there to get it, number 18 for Drexel, Benjamin Shelley. And tosses it off the skate of Penn. Fortunate for Drexel that they are going to be able to eventually pop it into the neutral zone. Sent all the way back behind the Penn net. No icing on the plays. It's flipped around the boards by Alan Bird for Penn. First to it, Skylar Rosenbaum. What a pass, got all the way across, but Mark Lurie could not control. Now a 2-on-2 back the other way. This is Torgerson. Brings it on. Saved there by Granger. Rickenbacker back there in the net for the Drexel Dragons team. Played forward by Shelley. Flipped up by Skylar Rosenbaum as Drexel goes to get a change. In there, though, Mark Lurie, Stitz taken out of his hands as a big hit takes him down and into the boards. That was delivered by Phil Foster. Tailing back behind his own net is Brian Beagley. And nearly a giveaway there, but instead it's going to be a one-on-one here for Penn. There's a shot. Rickenbacker with a big save, blocker side. Torgerson has it at the edge of the circle. Carries forward below the goal line. He's going to get the puck back. Tries to backhand it out to the point and now does. Blocked there at the point. Here comes Finlayson with a shot that goes just wide. Tried to beat the goaltender Ostrowski. Glove side. This will tail all the way back behind the net where Lucas Freeman and Blake Cleland are in the area. Freeman along the near side boards. He gets discarded into the boards as well. He's going to get it back on his stick and play it back for Cleland. A nice deke, and now brings it on his forehand. Into the neutral zone come the Dragons. Looking for possession, though, as this is played back into the defensive zone. Freeman rips it along the boards on the far side, and a backhand will send it deep off the stick of number 9, Zach Messerly. And there is Corey Freeman. He's taken down on the play. A little slow to get up. Drexel, though, able to keep it in the zone. Montague directs one wide. Back to Cleland as he pinches up from the point. Penn with possession now, and they're able to clear. And Drexel turns it the other way. The big Noah Montague skates through center, sent it up. First to it will be number 6, Tyler Ault for Drexel. He overskates it. Plotkin right there behind. They'll play it back to the point. Montague, a wrister through a lot of traffic, and it was blocked there in front by Brian Beagley for Penn. Now another delivery in front, a good stick in there by the goaltender Ostrowski as there was a cutting dragon right to the front of the net. A rip high off the boards by number 14, Ian Huver, and now it'll come right back in. Rickenbacker with a touch. Huver will try it again. Patiently waiting for some movement. Now got the puck off the air. Good move there by Plotkin. And the Dragons start a 3-on-2. Up to the point, and it was pulled back at the moment of truth there by Joe Finlayson. You're going to see on the other side, Quinn trying to hold up, and that little pull with the backhand was the difference, forcing the Dragons offside. 16-13 to play first period. We're still scoreless here on the Drexel Hockey Network. Penn wins the faceoff. Along the near side boards, played forward by Beckert. Now chipped deep by number 24, Brett Rabani. And Drexel will be able to get a clearance. This will stay in the rink and play down the ice, coming up short of icing. Andrew Lane turns on it back behind his own net for the Quakers. and played it forward to nobody in particular. Drexel tries to quickly change the ice, but a deflection will send it to the backboards. Scala Rosenbaum first to it on the backhand, played it back deep, and filtering in behind Chase DeMauro. DeMauro turns on it, takes a shot, tried to beat Ostrowski's short side. A big save there in front. DeMauro still back on the puck. Mark Laurie in the area, and he's taken off the puck there well by Penn. Still looking for a clearance, though. Right at the point, it's shoved back deep by Ben Shelley. DeMauro turns on the puck, has a man at the point if he can get it there. Instead, they push it deep. Scala Rosenbaum didn't get enough on that one, and a turnover will lead to the Penn clearance. Played up the ice. It's one-on-one. This is Becker with a shot that was well wide of the net, right off the stick. Scala Rosenbaum tries to deke a defender, but staying with it well was that Penn defender on the play. Chipped forward there by Phil Foster. On the race forward is Brian Beagley. Lucas Freeman was in there for Drexel, overskated the puck. Torgerson here takes the shot, and it's going to be a big rebound there. Fortunate to send it to the sideboards. Had the glove on it, but it did come down right on the far side of that net. Could have been danger. And now, speaking of danger, big-time bounce. Freeman's shot is saved by the goaltender Ostrowski. See if we get another look at this. This will come right across the crease. Freeman, right place, right time. Got a pretty good shot on it. But the short side was covered by the goaltender Ostrowski. Well done by that goaltender to be aware. Face-off won by Penn, shoved down the ice. This should come up short of icing, and they do wave it off. Cleveland may be laboring just the least bit, and that recognized by the officials. Now a bad giveaway. Tough spot here. Not a lot of numbers for Penn, and Lucas Freeman had Beagley lined up. Now Torgerson, back behind the net, it's Hayden Stefan. Stefan met there by both number 10, Josh Finlayson, and number 4, Lucas Freeman. And a big hit there on the boards. This will be a penalty on the next touch by Penn. There's your whistle. 13:47 to play. Josh Finlayson discarded into the boards. A dangerous play there will send Penn to the penalty box and Drexel onto the power play for the first time tonight. This Drexel team, coached by Justin Levin, it's been a major success here over the last 2 years. Last year was year number 1 of this D2 program at the ACHA level, and this year they joined a more competitive conference, and certainly that's been a challenge. They've had a lot of great games here in this building and on the road, and you can see this team growing, and both teams here at Drexel becoming very staunch opponents for whomever is unfortunate to play them on that particular night. Here is a shot right in front. They tried to pass it across. That was a great play by DeMauro. The one-timer would not go from Scala Rosenbaum. Now working around to the point. Huver plays it deep to the edge of the circle. Gliding back to the point is Mark Laurie. Laurie in between the circles. Good shot there. Big save by Ostrowski. On the near side board, Scala Rosenbaum plays it across. Huver at the top of the circle. Good cross-ice pass, and the stick was on the ice that time from Tyler McGoldrick. And then that overrides the skate of Scala Rosenbaum as that puck left the ice. He has to turn on the jets to get back to it. Still time for Drexel here, 1:04, but a giveaway in the offensive zone will bleed more precious time. Now Drexel with possession. Ripped around the boards there by Jake Rudloff. Another odd bounce will send it right on the goaltender, and Ostrowski has to be very aware. There's that hop, and Ostrowski there to cover up. It's that same spot that we saw just a few minutes ago, earlier in this power play for that matter. 51 seconds left on the man advantage. 12:37 to play in the first period. To the point, kept in there, but a dangerous one is Montague, and now number 18, Benjamin Shelley, had to get back. Nice job by the Drexel defense to react, but now another giveaway. Here's Beckert in a race for the puck. He has possession, and it's played back. A giveaway, though, creates a 2-on-2. More reinforcements coming for Drexel. Pass was just behind Finlayson, and now Penn the other way. Long pass eluded Beckert. Beckert's such a good scorer, though. Number 91 flipped that one across. It was blocked, and Drexel had all the numbers in front of the net. Now with 14 seconds left on the man advantage, played forward and punched back in by Penn. A really nice penalty kill by the Quakers here on the opening penalty kill of the night. 3 seconds left, down to 2, and Penn is at full strength. A long pass there. Here comes Torgerson. Torgerson taking off the puck well. Jimmy Bell got a touch on it, and now Penn brings it back in the zone. A shot right on. Rickenbacker had one save, and the rebound was skittered wide. Another shot blocked before it ever got to net. There's a shot again. This time it gets all the way off a deflection to Rickenbacker, and he covers it up with 11:23 to play. Scoreless here from the class of 1923 arena. Full strength at this point in the game. Drexel in the blue uniforms, Penn in the whites. Flipped up, and that does just stay in the rink. And now turning with it, Tyler Alt for Drexel. It's a 3-on-3. A long shot deflected to the sideboards. Dropped back behind the net. Alt is on it again. Alt tried to get it in front. Now Jimmy Bell will come to it. Off-angle shot. This one comes right in front. It pops just high of the net. And a deflection there. We'll get a face-off in the Drexel offensive zone. Really good play right here by Bell to send that one on through a little bit of traffic. And nearly a miscue in the blue paint there by Penn. Could have led to a goal. But again, in a game like this, you haven't put a lot of shots on the goaltender Ostrowski. Throw something hard, low on the net, and see what happens. Just like that, as that one came just a bit off the ice, but the wrister came from Cleveland. Another save by Ostrowski. Finlayson in the circle. Face-off won there by Brian Beagley. 19 points on the year for this Penn Quakers player. Sent in front. Laurie was in the area. Finlayson comes onto it now. This is Joe Finlayson at the edge of the circle. Carries it on. Sent across, and it is cleared away by Penn. Icing waved off as that comes up short of the goal line. Blake Cleveland there. Both teams got a change. And Colin Quinn just overskated that one. I think he thought he had Freeman closer to that puck than he did. Freeman can't clear. To the point. Long shot, and Rickenbacker got there, got the pad on it first. And a nice safe rebound as he pushes it back behind his own net. Now this one dropped deep back behind the net. Freeman in there along with number 5, Robert Blend for Penn. And Freeman, good work along with the rest of this Drexel team to carry it forward. Colin Quinn drops it with the backhand. He'll go to the bench for a change. Only Plotkin is in there. Doesn't matter as he takes the shot. That one caught the outside of the netting. Rest of the reinforcements are out there on the ice now. What a pass across. Shot from an off angle went high and wide off the stick of Simon Scala Rosenbaum. This played back towards the point, off the bench, and DeMauro was there to keep it in. Along the far side, got it right back in front off the skate of DeMauro. Scala Rosenbaum turns on the puck, has it on his forehand now. An ambitious pass through 2 defenders is deflected and now cleared. Drexel will come back up with the puck. What a move there by Scala Rosenbaum. In there as well, Laurie with a shot and a save in net by David Ostrowski. Big time there as that was a shot that was low, went off the pad. Very easily could have been a big rebound, but Ostrowski teased it up well, kept it in front, and made the save. 9:22 to play first period. This is the Drexel Hockey Network. Tim Miklik tried to backhand it forward. Rodriguez back behind the net. They sent it in front for Drexel. Didn't have a man there. And now numbers the other way. Here's Beckert. Beckert comes right on to the forehand. He scores! Beckert holds off the defender all the way to the net. Such strength right here. And then gets it on the forehand just in time. Blocker side. Beats the goaltender, Granger Rickenbacker. Penn with a 1-0 lead, 9 minutes, 3 seconds to play here in the first period. That was an excellent build-up there by Penn. And now another turnover led to a shot that was blocked. Fortunate there for Drexel. Now they'll turn it the other way. Here's Blake Cleland. He'll carry it into the zone. Tried to make a defender miss, but they stayed with it. Ethan Abraham was in there. Freeman back behind his own the offensive net. Bell sends it in front. Another opportunity in front. Drexel couldn't get the shot off. Worked there by Freeman, and the shot was blocked as it heads for Abraham near the side boards. Penn does get the clearance, and again numbers, 2-on-1. Drexel has some men coming back, and that neutralizes the opportunity for the time being as Penn was getting a change. And now those remaining two will come off the ice for the Quakers. A fresh 5 out there for the men in white. Out to center ice, Jamie Bell punched it forward, and he'll come to the bench. Corey Freeman back behind the net, discarded into the boards there as the rest of his men were back to the bench for a substitution. They waved off the icing, and that had trouble written all over it, but Rickenbacker a nice job to clear it away. Kept in again by Penn, so no need to touch up. Looking for the man in front, Noah Montague stood it up well defensively and prevented that pass right in front. On the near side boards, fought for and won by Penn. Turning on it right in front was number 24, Brett Rabani. And Skylar Rosenbaum the other way here for Drexel. Poked away there, but Drexel with possession. DeMauro pushed off the puck, now gets right back into the action in the forecheck. Up to the point, shoveled back down behind the net by Noah Montague. Skylar Rosenbaum strong on the puck, but sent it in front, and right there was Robiny. Again pushed deep on a pinch from Noah Montague. On the far side, Penn looking desperate for a clearance, can't get it. Plotkin back behind the net. Sends it in front, and a deflection on the shot goes up and into the netting. We'll get a face-off in the Drexel offensive zone with 6 minutes and 55 seconds to play in a first period that showcased the big-time goal by Alex Beckert to put Penn up 1-0. Face-off upcoming in the offensive zone for Drexel. Finlayson, there's a shot, didn't get a ton on it, and the save made there by David Ostrowski. We'll do it from the same circle. 6:52 now on the clock. Penn wins the faceoff, can't clear it though. Finlayson kept it in. Now Penn brings it forward, pushing it deep. Torgerson looking to be first to get there. Nice job by Rudloff to take him off the puck. Rudloff trying to get it back. Also back behind the net is number 19, Joe Finlayson, as he shoves number 18, Hayden Stefan, into the boards. Stefan comes up with the puck, then loses it, and Laurie brings it into the center of the ice. Drexel looking to build forward, but two men tripped over one another. Now possession up near the red line and sent deep. Colin Quinn back behind the net, chases after the puck. In there is Andrew Lane as well for Penn. Brought loose by Drexel. Good work by Plotkin. He's been excellent in his shift so far. A dangerous shot across, and it's sent away by Penn. Beagley comes to a stop. Shot from the top of the circle that went just high and wide. Kept in at the point and pushed back deep. Rudloff there on the near side. And Plotkin got it into the neutral zone. Colin Quinn, the one man chasing after it here for Drexel. Stefan with possession, crosses ice here for Penn, and it's dropped deep by Christian Rodriguez. Rodriguez will come to the bench along with two others for a line change. Rudloff with the puck for Drexel, backhanded along the boards by Plotkin. Josh Finlayson battles with two Penn Quakers, and it's finally brought free by Mary. Mary in there with Ethan Abraham on a backhand into the Drexel defensive zone. Big collision at center ice. No whistles thus far, as now they fight for possession in the neutral zone. Pushed forward there by Finlayson. Abraham plays across for Rodriguez. And here comes Penn building from the back. Drexel has two, now three men back, as a backhand will send it right on the net. A change here from Penn, and Drexel tries to take advantage with the quick pass up the ice on the opposite side. Across they come, and that pass just beyond the outstretched stick of Finlayson. Mikulik plays it back behind the net. Here's Josh Sklar. Sklar pushed it in front. Drexel still had possession until now they give it away. Good move there. 2-on-2 coming the other way. Brian Bigley with a shot, a save, and now we get a whistle. And it's going to be a penalty on Penn. They're going to send number 8, Tyler McGoldrick, to the penalty box. Did not catch that one. Might have been something occurring on the near side while McGoldrick was on the bench. Is that possible? Or was he coming off a shift? I didn't see him on the ice. Might have been something that happened along the bench as Drexel was trying to get back. Unfortunate there for Penn as well. And they're also going to send Tim Mikulik into the box. So offsetting 2-minute minors. Mikulik for Drexel, McGoldrick for Penn. So must have been a scuffle right along the near side. I had my eyes on the puck as Penn had a very real scoring opportunity there. So unfortunate for the Quakers. 4:26 to play first period. It'll be 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes. Penn will send it along the boards. Noah Montague, such a strong skater on that puck, able to elude that defender. Now played forward. This is Ian Huver. DeMauro comes through a lot of traffic, has the puck on his stick. To the backhand he comes. Swiveling back behind the net, played forward to Montague. Extra pass for Huver. Huver's deflected shot goes to the backboards. And now we get the net off the moorings with 3:59 to play in the period. 1:33 to go on the 4-on-4. This portion of today's game, and of course all the games here, brought to you by Drexel University's LeBeau College of Business. You can find out more at drexellebeau.com. Join an alumni base of over 40,000 Drexel LeBeau College of Business alumni that are transforming their careers in their industry. Another odd bounce off that backboard gives Finlayson the puck for Drexel. Back to the point it comes. Huver with a shot. That one went wide on the near side. Finlayson goes down, no call there. He's still going to have an opportunity for the puck, and Plotkin will play it back to the point. Here's Rudloff. A nice pass there, turning with it Plotkin. Maneuvers it across. Huver gets the puck back somehow, and now it comes back to Joe Finlayson at the point. He'll shove it deep. Plotkin comes on the backhand. Good strength there on that puck as he plays it again for Finlayson. Top of the circle, shot, and a save there, right into the body of the goaltender, David Ostrowski. But Drexel getting the better of the opportunities thus far on the man advantage. Make that 4-on-4. It's been a minute 13 of 4-on-4 for those offsetting 2-minute minors. Drexel in the offensive zone looking to create a few more opportunities, get themselves tied here late in the first period. Beckert scored the first goal. He couldn't control that puck, but he does take down Josh Finlayson. Now the puck comes onto Beckert's stick. Has Torgerson there. Comes to his stick, and he couldn't finish it in front. Rickenbacker was trying to get back to that post, but really it was just that Torgerson couldn't get it back on his forehand, and now Drexel will go on the man advantage. A tripping call coming up against Penn. 23 seconds left on the 4-on-4, so this will make it 4-on-3 for the next 23. And not only the penalty that hurts, but Will Torgerson, a guy who's scored 11 times, assisted 16 times for 27 points in just 16 games, he goes to the bench. We talk about the boxes here all the time at the class of 1923 arena. He's right next to his own bench, but in the sin bin nonetheless. And Drexel's man in the box right next to both of them. Huver didn't get much on that, but able to keep it in at the slot. Now holds it as he comes towards the edge of the circle. Has Laurie alongside. Wanted to take the shot, and he overskated it, so now it's a 2-on-1 for Penn. Tim Mikulik back onto the ice. It's 5-on-4 Drexel for the next minute and 30 seconds. That'll take us about 40 seconds from the end of the first period. Mikulik mixed up back behind the net with number 5, Robert Blend. Now Drexel comes the other way. Skylar Rosenbaum tries to skate onto it, but first to it, number 20, Andrew Lane. Lane plays it along. This will stay in the zone, you would think. And now Drexel comes onto the puck, and it's popped forward and free by Penn. Carried on by Beagley. Beagley to the backhand, brings it in front, and they couldn't finish. Brett Robiny was in the area. What a pass that was. Lurie could not quite control it off the pass from DeMauro, and a big hit there by Lurie. Cleared all the way down by Penn. And a penalty is upcoming for that hit. So an elbowing there called against Mark Lurie. He was headed back to the bench on a substitution, but will have to hop off and over to the box. So Mark Lurie will serve 2 for Drexel to be 4-on-4 for the next 42 seconds. That's when Will Torgerson will head out of the penalty box and back onto the ice. And Penn would get a shade under a minute 20 of a 5-on-4 themselves. At the point, Penn shovels this one deep. Noah Montague in the area goes to the backhand, looking to clear. Joe Finlayson is in there as well, wrapped around, and Rudloff will get there for Drexel. Delicately plays it forward, but can't get the clearance. And on the recoil, Drexel unable to clear. Rudloff trying to atone for that one, and now Plotkin turns on the puck. 1 minute to play here in the first period. Zach Plotkin's had an unbelievable period thus far as he brings it back behind the net. Stays on the puck. Such a strong skater back behind the net. Miscommunication there as Finlayson tried to play it for Plotkin. Pinching there. And now the other way comes Beckert. Beckert a toe drag, pulled away from him. Great defense by Huber, and now Drexel can send it all the way down as Penn had just become 5-on-4 on the power play. 26 seconds left in the period. Chance for another build here for Penn. Given away. Drexel touches up. Huber turns on it. And what a shot. They couldn't finish. Now the rebound. It was saved again by Ostrowski. What a play that was by Josh Finlayson. Nearly snuck it by Ostrowski in the waning moments of this first period. 6 seconds left. One more shot potential here for Penn. Will they get it off? They will not, and that's the end of the first 20 minutes. An exciting 20 minutes here in the battle for University City between Penn and Drexel, the two teams that share this venue. 29 seconds left on the power play for Penn. They already lead 1-0. They'll come out in the second period, a man up, trying to take a 2-goal lead. Drexel looking to stave that off. They've had their share of opportunities throughout the first. Another unique part of this one, Drexel's locker room, as you might imagine, is on this side of the ice as you see our cameras. So they'll wait for the Penn Quakers to head back to their locker room, and then Drexel will skate on across and head to their normal locker room, which is about 15 feet away from where Penn will be talking over the things in their dressing room before the second period. Today's game brought to you by Drexel University's LeBeau College of Business. The D1 team has a huge game tonight as well. It's on the road at Westchester. That puck doesn't drop until 8:45. I know I'll be keeping my eye on that game after the conclusion of this one. Let's hear from the head coach of the D1 team, Kyle Zoldy. We had the chance to interview him back in September as he was getting ready for what was a huge season. And no doubt when we talk about some of the big games that they look forward to, a game on the road at Westchester, one of the top teams in the ECHA, well, that's one of those big games that he always has on his radar. Drexel took care of Westchester here at home earlier in the year, but any game you play against teams named Westchester or the Naval Academy carry a lot of weight. There's not a lot of room to give, not a lot of losses to pile up, and that's a big one. So we'll be keeping our eye on that one, and now you'll get to hear from the head coach of the D1 team, Kyle Zoldi.
Here with head coach Kyle Zoldi on the Drexel Hockey Network. Kyle, another great season last year all the way to the national tournament, and one heck of a fight against Oklahoma in that first game. Tell me about 2019-2020, what the expectations are, and what you guys learned from last year's campaign.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, certainly proud of the effort last year. You know, we fell 1 goal short of our 1 goal, which is a little ironic. You know, we're still searching for that first national tournament win, but you know, couldn't be prouder of the effort and just the never quit mentality that you guys, you know, anybody who watched that game saw in the third period. So certainly proud of that, and I think, you know, heading into this year, expectations are right kind of where we left off. You know, pick up where we left off. The preseason rankings just came out, so we're ranked number 23rd in the country to start, which is another program best. And you know, I think we're excited about some of the prospects we have coming in. Certainly lose some key pieces in some of our senior leadership from last year, but I think we have a young core that's ready to assume the responsibilities and, again, you know, win our conference is our first goal and get another shot at a national tournament victory. So.
These interviews, Kyle, will be seen amongst other places during Drexel Hockey Network broadcasts. And
yes, sir.
They're going to be seeing some brand new digs for you guys.
Yeah.
Class of 1923 Arena.
Absolutely.
Walk us through the process throughout the summer, where you expect that to be by game one, and then more so what folks are going to see on a game-by-game basis at the new digs for Drexel Hockey.
Yeah, no, we're super excited. It's been a little bit of a headache over the offseason, just having to, you know, move out of our home rink and get all of the equipment and everything that we've kind of built into our locker room area there out so they could get these renovations done for us. But in the end, it's going to be great. They've replaced all the roofing, brand new lighting. It's supposed to be up to the NCAA standards, so that should be good for you from a streaming perspective. It's going to look really good for the viewers at home. All new boards, all new glass, new sound system. So yeah, we're really excited. I think it's going to be a really great you know, viewing experience from streaming wise, and then, you know, obviously coming to the games and seeing it live, it's going to be a good atmosphere for sure.
So for somebody that might be watching this right now, game one, game two, some of the early games, and think, I really want to get myself over there and see these guys in person, what would you say to a Drexel student or just generally folks in Philadelphia that want to get involved with this program?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think we try to have a pretty strong social media following and, you know, do our best to showcase and, you know, present the team on there. So we certainly have all the schedules posted on there. It's for folks to figure out what day time works best for them. You know, it's typically Saturday nights are our home game slots. So if you're looking for something to do, 7:30 on a Saturday. For our students, it's right on campus. And we have, you know, now 60 plus players in the program. So I think, you know, just from friends and family of them, the word's starting to spread amongst campus and, to your point, in the Philadelphia community as well. So,
always difficult to replace captains in a senior class. You guys had a special one last year.
Absolutely.
Most winning class in the history of the program. Now you're going to engender a whole new group of seniors that are going to be the veterans and leaders on this team.
Absolutely.
What would you say to them heading into this year?
Yeah, I mean, you hit the nail on the head. I mean, you can't replace guys, especially your leaders, what they do just from an intangible perspective, the leadership they bring, the maturity they bring, showing guys the right way to do things on and off the ice. But I think that they have done such a good job of, you know, presenting what we expect to our younger guys in the past that, you know, Mike Churchavara, Pat McGinley, Jamie Crane, which will be our leadership core for this year, have seen the right way to do things and are ready to assume that responsibility and kind of pick up right where we left off. So, you know, that notion of working hard, respecting your teammates, respecting each other, that's instilled in everybody that we bring in, and they're ready to continue to showcase that, I think.
So Kyle Zoldi here, the head coach of Drexel Hockey. You see him behind the bench, dressed up all nice with the suit and tie.
It's a nice shirt you got there, buddy.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
all swagged out here with DUIH material.
Yes,
but
sir.
Folks may not know a lot about Kyle Zoldi besides what they see behind the bench. So in your own words, your journey to this point as the head coach obviously comes from your playing days at Drexel, but how does Kyle Zoldi find himself as the head coach behind the bench right now?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of fell into my lap coming out of the playing days at Drexel, as you alluded to. I was ready to kind of step away from the game after playing, and you know, it just so happened at the time that our head coach had taken another opportunity down in the Virginia area, so the the head coach role was open. The school asked me to kind of come in and interview for it, and was offered the position. That was back in 2013, 14, and here we are 7 years later, kind of running with it. And along the way, we've had some really good assistant coaches come through, many of which have stayed, and we've been able to build the staff to extend into the Division II program as well. We have a really strong presence of alumni that have come back and wanting to devote their time to coaching and continuing to grow the program, which I just think speaks volumes, right? That they want to come back and give back after their playing days are up as well. So yeah, 7 years later, here we are. Program's at its peak right now, but still hungry for that next level, I think.
All right, so let's get to some fun ones here.
Yes, sir.
I don't know how many of these you can answer, but let's start with, if you had to pick one guy who's the funniest guy on this hockey team, who would it be and why?
I think Josh Sklar has a very big personality. He's always somebody who, whether it's an outrageous suit to a home game or, experimenting with the facial hair, he always has something to keep the boys laughing and entertained. And I think the coaches get a kick out of it as well. So he's got quite the personality on him.
The messiest player on the team on road trips and wherever that may take you.
Yeah, the messiest player on road trips. I don't know about that one, to be honest. We ride the guys pretty hard on cleaning up after themselves, so I think I'm proud to say that I can't pick a name out for that one, Bob.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
That's good.
So,
whether that's true or not, or if he's just deflecting the question, we'll let the viewers decide.
Exactly.
All right, Coach. Well, hey, don't want to take too much of your time,
no, I
but
appreciate
appreciate you coming on and giving some insight on the program, and we're looking forward to another great year with Drexel Hockey Network.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, Bob.
And it's intermission here for the Drexel Hockey Network broadcast of Drexel Hockey from the class of 1923 arena. We have D1 coach Dylan Dignan with us here. And Dylan, you made an interesting transition this year from the D2 team up to the D1 team.
Yeah.
What's that been like? And if you could break down some of the differences between D1 and D2, I think you're in a unique position to explore that.
Yeah, so far, just from a time commitment, last year for D2, we had one practice a week, 2 games a week mostly. So now we're ratcheting that up with D1, goes to 3 practices a week, 2 games a week. Seems like the competition is also, spread out a little bit more, so there'll be more travel and all that kind of stuff. So just off the bat, more time at the rink, which is always good. Spending all my weekends and stuff at the rink, no place I'd rather be. And then just from a depth perspective, for D2, we had a lot of young guys. Leadership had to have come from a lot of the coaches, trying to gather some of these younger players. Some people stepped up, but for the D1 team, we have returners. We have people who know the system. We already can go through and just hit the ground running, whereas with D2, we were really trying to build a culture last year as it is our first year. So a lot of differences, but I'm very excited to make the transition. Already enjoying it, so having my own opinions about different things.
So if you could, based on what's PC and on camera, the differences between Justin and Kyle thus far from what you've seen.
The differences between Justin and Kyle, just the way, first off, how we run the practices is different. With Justin, we, especially like I mentioned, having less experience, going through more of the systems and trying to go through that step by step. Whereas with Kyle, we're going high compete, high speed, and in between drills and things like that. So how we're running practices, and you can tell that Kyle has been doing this for a while. Justin stepped in as a head coach last year, I believe, at the college level for the first time. So just more experience and more about handling things. I really look to him as a mentor, someone who's been around the block. If I have questions, I go to him. So it's been good. It's great to be able to lean on both of them at this point.
So if you could, the D1 team this year has a lot of talent, a lot of experience.
Yeah.
Any of the D2 guys that we're going to be looking for to compete and contribute at the D1 level, guys that you coach that you can kind of guide and roll with up to the D1 level?
Yeah, so we're hoping, that's part of the goal is having both of these teams, is that we can do that. Recruiting from outside is great, but if we can build stuff from within, that's definitely good. there's one player in particular that we're looking to make an impact at forward this year, and that's Zane Reynolds. Huge player for us last year on D2. Someone we could always rely on to score, to be in the right play or right positions, make the right plays. We're thinking that he's going to be able to slot in perfectly within D1, and that's something that we need to build around. Right, we had most wins of any Drexel hockey program last year with the D1 team, and we got to nationals. We're so close to getting that win. We need these type of pieces, and I think he's going to be able to contribute and fill in a role really easily.
So what was your journey to get here, coaching with D2 last year and year one of the program? But if you could break down your hockey career leading into this point, and then how you ended up joining the program now.
Yeah. So I went from the area, grew up in Delaware, came to Drexel after I played a little bit of junior hockey for Little Flyers. Came to Drexel just because I found it online. My uncle had gone here, and I was like, okay, and I knew I could play hockey, so kind of fell into that randomly. Played all 5 years, and then ended up moving away from the area for a few years. I moved back last year, and I was asked from David Hanaway, who's an assistant coach on D2, if I could help step in and just be on the ice and move some pucks for practice. And then a week or two goes by, and I'm the only one at practice, kind of helping run all the drills. Kind of got thrown into the fire a bit there, but I loved every single second of it. As soon as I got back into it, I knew I wanted to stick around, and even if they asked me to leave, I'd make my way back. So it's been really great. I love working with all the kids, and if you just feel like you're back in that player atmosphere a little bit too, but you also get to see them grow, which is something that I didn't realize that I would actually enjoy. But it's amazing to see, what work you put in, what work the kids put in, and how that transition is something. It's a great feeling. So.
Well, we appreciate your contributions to the program. Excited to see you behind the bench for D1 games this year. Dylan Dignan, assistant coach for the D1 team. Thanks so much for your time.
Thanks, Bob.
Welcome back inside the class of 1923 arena. You see Drexel skating across to their road bench here tonight, a very rare sight here on their home ice, but Penn also shares the facility. And tonight, the Quakers listed as the home team as we get ready for the second period. And tonight's game brought to you by Drexel University's LeBeau College of Business. For over 125 years, Drexel University has been uniting academia and industry to empower the next generation of leaders. Enroll in graduate and executive education programs at Drexel University's LeBeau College of Business and join over 40,000 alumni who are transforming their careers and industry. Learn more at drexellebeau.com. Bob Long on play-by-play here for DHN, and Nathan Bryant. So nice to help us out here tonight on the camera. Penn will come back onto the ice with a 5-on-4-man advantage for the next 29 seconds, as Mark Lurie will head back to the penalty box for Drexel. Scala Rosenbaum enters the circle, and the faceoff won by number 24, Brett Robiny. Beckert comes back the other way. Up the ice here is Beagley. Robiny in the area. Instead, they'll play it back to Torgerson, and it's knocked out of the zone. That should be, and indeed it was. So everybody for Penn has to touch out. That should have been a delayed offside. Huver got a stick on it. Brought forward by Beckert. Robiny again in the area. Couldn't get it across to him. Huver plays it back behind the net. This is Beagley, who backhands it along, but a penalty is called. Slashing called against number 91, Alex Beckert. As Drexel just came back to full strength, now Penn goes a man down. 5-on-4 for the Dragons on this power play in the opening stages of the second period. 19:24 on the clock. Face-off won here by Drexel. Right in front, they sent it for Finlayson. Couldn't get the stick on it. Huver now back to the point. Rudloff And Huver takes it back as he approaches the point. Rudloff into the slot. Plays it to the bottom of the circle. A shot from an off angle came across the blue paint. And now one touch will give it away, and it's 2-0 for Penn. Here's Blend. Scores! He wound up and put it by the goaltender, Rickenbacker, on the glove side. And it's 2-0 Penn, a shorthanded goal for the Quakers. Penn with a 2-0 lead. 18 minutes, 58 seconds to play here in the second period. Puck dropped deep, now back up to the point. Montague with a shot, and it's saved there by Ostrowski. Another look as he brought this one back to the point. Got it with a wrister, not too much traffic. Ostrowski, no problem there. 1:20 to go on this Drexel power play, and a goal would certainly make him feel a little bit better here, at least to come away essentially unscathed in this power play look if they could get a goal to complement the goal that they gave up shorthanded. 18:32 to go in the period, 1:07 to go on the power play, and Montague waits to direct traffic. Up to the red line and dropped deep by number 18, Ben Shelley. Shelley will get it back, make this Skylar Rosenbaum, I should say, who backhands it along. Lurie, Montague's shot is blocked. Does keep that in right at the blue line. Back behind the net now, Montague. Sorry, not Montague, I should say Skylar Rosenbaum. Now DeMauro can't get the shot off. He's going to get the puck back on the far side. Huver winds and fires. A blocker save there. Would have been a big rebound, but Drexel could not get a follow on it. Now to the blue line, carried in. Shelley with a shot into the catching glove. This time no rebound from Ostrowski. One more look at Shelley's wrister on the net. "17 minutes, 37 seconds to play. 14 seconds left on the power play for Drexel. Alex Beckert anxiously awaits in the penalty box, looking to get back out there on the ice. Here's a shot saved there by Ostrowski. He had to be ready for that one, and he was. A clearance will pull back Huver into his own defensive zone. 2 seconds left. Now down to 1. Drexel does gain the zone, but Penn with a clearance, and now back to full strength. Davis is out there as Cleland plays it along the boards. A hopping puck will bounce over the stick of Huver, and Plotkin there. Turns on the puck well, keeps motoring through. Rodriguez sends it deep back behind the net. Cleland, again, a good stick on it this time. And Drexel looking for a clearance. And that should have been. I think that was absolutely outside the zone, but they said that did not leave it. Rodriguez back at the point, waits for it, does get it. Plotkin with the block. Quinn turns it up the ice. Torgerson keeps it in for Penn. And it's poked away again well there by Quinn. Kept in by Rodriguez, and now punched forward by Drexel. Plotkin. He had Finlayson there, but Plotkin wanted to get to the bench. Finlayson, the only one out there, and Torgerson skates forward against a fresh set of Drexel Dragons. Torgerson shot wide. A follow from an off angle. Rickenbacker got back to that post. 16 minutes, 15 seconds left in the period. Torgerson played back to the point. One more pass across. Shot from the top of the circle and into the catching glove of Rickenbacker. Andrew Lane didn't get a ton on that one. We'll get another look here as Rickenbacker stayed with this one. I think it was deflected a bit on its way there, at minimum through traffic, and he makes the catching save. 16:07 to play, second period, as Drexel got control of the faceoff. Now a big block there, and a pass forward for Jimmy Bell. Bell tried to send it by the one defender, kept in at the point by number 9 for Drexel, Zach Messerly. Corey Freeman in there as well. Messerly delivers a big hit back behind the net. and Bell shuffles it along. Messerly taken off the puck, but now able to get possession back once more. Ben Shelley from the point, a wind and a fire that got to the net but wide. A blocked shot there goes wide again. Messerly with the puck out at the top of the circle. Jimmy Bell working for possession. Corey Freeman has it on his stick. Tried to send it in front, but a deflection will keep it in the possession of Andrew Lane and the Penn Quakers. Carried forward here, Tyler McGoldrick, long pass, but that will come on net, so they'll have to wave off the icing, of course. Jake Rudloff back behind his own net. Played it along the boards and doing a little bit too much there as there was a pass there for Messerly. Now he'll get it back on his stick. Messerly at the end of the shift pops it through his legs and gets to the bench. He was just running on fumes, it looked like at that point, as he was getting outskated to that puck. Penn back the other way. Drexel has the 3 defenders back, so it's just chopped deep. Ben Shelley back there. In there is Brett Robiney for Penn, and now Drexel comes up with the puck back behind the net and carried forward by Laurie. Laurie has it taken away from him. What a play by Blend, who scored the last goal here for Penn. Scala Rosenbaum gets onto the puck back behind the net, scoots by a would-be checker, and gets the puck back once more. Kept in at the point, backhanded along by Lucas Freeman. Shot there by Laurie was wide from an off angle. Cleland with a backhand. Gets it onto the stick of Rosenbaum, but struggles to maintain it. That would have been difficult. Now a misplay by Penn. Cleland winds up and fires, and it was blocked. And now Penn comes the other way. It's a 3-on-2. Tried to drop it along. Cleland, a nice job to keep that stick off the ground there as Robiney was trying to do everything he could to get that stick back on the ice. Lucas Freeman sends it along the boards. Beckert's in the area along with Blend, and a trip there that Alisi went down. Referee called nothing. 13:32 to go. Now Lucas Freeman along the near side. Tries to pummel it out. Instead, a shot comes on, and it's sent wide. Good save there by the goaltender. No real rebound opportunity. Now a deflected shot up and into the netting. 13 minutes, 20 seconds to play here in the second period. It's Penn 2, Drexel nothing. And another look at that deflected shot up high into the netting here at the Class of 1923 Arena. Tim Mikulik in the faceoff circle against Tyler McGoldrick. Mikulik back behind the net. It came right in front. Not out of trouble yet. A blocked shot sent it to the backboards. Torgerson tried for a backhand to send it in front, but could not. Mikulik with a backhand along for Huver, and Drexel just happy to clear. Waving off the icing. Josh Sklar in a race, and it's cleared away by Penn. This will send Montague deep for Drexel. Huver again whacks it off the boards. Again, icing waved off. Sklar first there, so it forces the goaltender Ostrowski out. Now in one motion, sent back on, and a save there by Ostrowski. It's a good idea there by Tim Mikulik as he saw Ostrowski out of the net and just wanted to see how quick he was to get back in the crease. .12:36 to play, second period. Penn won the faceoff, but not a good pass there as Plotkin has the puck now back behind the net for Drexel. Colin Quinn in the area as well. Chipped forward there by Penn, kept in for the moment by Drexel, but now the Quakers carry it out. And a great stick lift there by Zach Plotkin. Good move there as well. Sends it deep in there first. Finlayson. And now taken on by Penn. Adam Merry gets it to the red line and sends it deep. Jake Rudloff first to it for Drexel, but Merry back in there on the forecheck. And Drexel will be able to bring it forward. 3-on-2. Plotkin. Now Quinn right on. Tried to get it back to the forehand. Rudloff's in the area. Can they get a shot at backhand? Right on. They scramble forward in front. It's loose. They score! Drexel on the board. Quinn in the area along with Plotkin. Who got the final touch? Colin Quinn with the goal as he skates to the bench first. It's 2-1 with 11:46 to play in the second period. Ostrowski made a couple good saves there, a few where certainly I don't think he even knew that the puck was coming on him. Didn't break down or anything, but was in the right spot on the first save. And they jammed away at it in the crease until it finally found its home in the back of the net. Some new life here for this Drexel Dragons team. Penn back behind the net, Phil Foster with a backhand to his teammate and played forward for Beckert. Beckert along with Robiny sent it across, and Montague was there. Now Robiny tried to drop it in front, and Drexel comes back the other way. Here's Scala Rosenbaum. It's 2-on-2. Shot from an off angle. Oh, that was dangerous there as the goaltender Ostrowski. And we're going to instead take a look at this. We'll ignore the replay as they fire away at each other. DeMauro is especially incensed. Phil Foster got into it, and now I think we're done. We're going to take a look at the replay of the last final seconds of that. What we'll see is the hit from Foster at the tail end of it. Collateral damage certainly coming here. Scala Rosenbaum heads to the box. Robert Blend into the box as well. Ian Huver in there for Drexel. Alex Beckert goes to the box for Penn. The captain, Tim Mikulik, heads towards the scorer's table. He'll have a conversation with the officials for certain. So as we unscramble the mix, for the Penn Quakers, number 5, Robert Blend to the box for 2. Alex Beckert to the box for 2. For Drexel, all that's listed right now is Ian Huver, number 14, to the box for 2. I would be surprised to see anything but 2 men in the box for each team. I would be surprised to see an advantage given. Mikulik in there, having that conversation right at the top of your screen, along with Nick Jindal for Penn. This is a long discussion, as you might imagine, explaining who's in the box, why, and then also to put an end to it. Now added Simon Scala Rosenbaum to the box. So what you have is a whole lot of firepower going to the box for each of these two teams. Alex Beckert, 39 points on the year. Robert Blend, he had 28 coming into this game. He added another with the goal. And then for Drexel, Scala Rosenbaum, 18 points. That leads the Drexel Dragons. And then Ian Huver, 6 points. But 6'4", 220-pound defenseman, a guy who's been a stalwart back there for Drexel in this game and throughout the season. So, yes, some firepower on both sides. Head to the box after that scuffle in front of the Penn defensive net. It'll be 5-on-5 hockey. Which makes me think it's not a 2-minute minor, most likely a major penalty. Offsetting to keep it 5-on-5. Torgerson played it forward. Drexel had trouble with the clearance. Now Corey Freeman on it. But still can't get the clearance. He'll spin on it now and has possession. across the blue line and now across the red line. 10:49 to play, second period. As Freeman comes on, takes the shot, another bad angle there, a big bounce for Drexel's favor. Another shot, did not make a convincing save that time, and maybe Ostrowski is right for the picking right now. Into the slot it comes. Kept in the zone, but only for the moment as Penn now pulls this one forward. Chopped up, Torgerson comes right on. Save made there. Well, maybe it just went wide. I don't know if Rickenbacker got a piece of that one or not. Either way, Torgerson had a golden opportunity that he didn't finish. That one's a block. Coming back to the top of the circle, a shot, and that one he scores! That one beat Rickenbacker 5-hole, and he's going to be looking back at that one, wanting that again. See that squirt through the legs and into the net, and Penn takes a 3-1 lead. What a momentum shift that one is, as Drexel look to have some Uncle Mo on their side. Looking to come back and tie the game instead. Back to a 2-goal deficit as we were about 6 minutes ago. 10 minutes and 8 seconds to play here in the second period. No doubt about it, it's been an interesting one. 3 goals scored, 4 penalties in the last few minutes, and a scuffle in front of the net that drew those penalties. Tim Mikulik trying to get the goal right back here for Drexel, but plowed into a whole lot of traffic in front for Penn. Penn trying desperately to clear. Drexel in there on the forecheck. It is kept in the zone here. It'll come all the way to Ostrowski, and he'll cover up. 9 minutes and 40 seconds to play. Penn 3, Drexel 1 here on the Drexel Hockey Network. Bob Long on play-by-play. Nathan Bryant helping us out on camera this evening. Tim Mikulik along the near side. Turns on the puck. Finlayson taking off the puck, but Mikulik was there, but it was poked away from him. Here comes Penn the other way. A bad pass just behind number 11, Anthony Sikorsky. Flipped high in the air, and Penn comes onto the puck. Robiny plays along for Andrew Lane. A big hit there on the near side from Josh Sklar, takes down Anthony Sikorsky, and will get a penalty called against Sklar for his troubles. The 4 men that went to the box for the offsetting major penalties will come back off the ice and onto their respective benches, and Josh Sklar will head to the bench. He's not particularly pleased with the call, but nonetheless, no other way to say it. Drexel had the momentum just a few minutes ago. A goal that probably should not have been Rickenbacker's, and they're going to know that. He's going to want that one back, see if he steps up here on this essential power play kill, penalty kill here for Drexel. But Penn could take full control with a power play goal here. They lead 3-1 with 9:08 to play in the second. It's a really good Penn Quakers team as well. 13-2, 0-1 on the year in the ACHA D2 level. This one sent deep by Penn. First there is Huber. Scala Rosenbaum got enough of the stick on it to get it into the second level. Penn now carries forward again to the red line. Possession here as it's swiveled back. Nice job by Robiny to keep his skate on the blue line, but Drexel able to quickly send it down the ice. Here's Torgerson. Robiny taken off the puck there, but now Penn back on it right in front. Shot was wide off the stick of Alex Beckert. That was a golden opportunity for Beckert to add his second. Robiny shot. That one went off the pipe. Beckert plays it deep. Penn's got it going on here. Shot. That one came through on a deflection. It went wide. Montague now turning back on it, back behind the net is Robert Blend. Beckert over for Torgerson. Torgerson on the spin at the top of the circle with 57 seconds left on the power play. Beckert shot. Big save there by Rickenbacker, excuse me. And a good stick there by Zach Plotkin. He'll turn and fire it all the way down the ice. This will come on 2 hops into the glove of the goaltender Ostrowski. 39 seconds left on the man advantage for Penn. An essential power play kill here for Drexel. Mark Lurie but Beckert all the way through. Now Rudloff spins it back behind the net. He stays on the puck. The net comes off the moorings, and we get a stoppage as a result with 22 seconds left on the Penn power play. 7:29 to play here in the second period. This portion of today's game brought to you by Drexel University's LeBeau College of Business. You can visit them for more information at drexellebeau.com. Face-off one, back to Penn. And a good stick in there by Rudloff. He'll get the clearance and chase it down himself. 13 seconds left on the power play. Another giveaway. Backhand, couldn't get it back onto the net, but a great play there by Laurie. Finlayson makes life difficult. Now the final seconds are ticking off. Josh Sklar races back across the ice to the Drexel bench. Josh Finlayson comes up with the puck, doesn't have a lot of help with him. Tries to hold it up as the rest of the Dragons make their way into the zone. Now he stumbles over Jerry Zhang. And it's played along the near side. Four men fight for it. Blake Cleland. He pinched and now opens an opportunity for a shot that goes just wide on the blocker side. And it's sent all the way down as it just wraps all the way around the boards. 6:30 to play second period. Beckert played it forward and he just missed his man Robiny. Another misplay there on the pass from Drexel. Montague gets it back. Chopped along the boards. This will find its way into the zone. DeMauro with a full head of speed. Comes right on. Dropped in front and a good stick in there by Christian Rodriguez, sending Penn the other direction. 2-on-2 here. Reinforcements coming back for Drexel. Rodriguez pinches forward there and shoves it back behind the net. Robiny there in there along with Noah Montague, and Montague does the better of that one as Scala Rosenbaum, along with Colin Quinn, will punch it free. Good move there. DeMauro plays back for Laurie. Laurie couldn't get the shot off. It would have been from an off angle. The rest of the Dragons are out there and getting to the bench to get a change. Now Shelley out at the point. Shelley shot. Deflected. Rebound off the post. And they score! Joe Finlayson off the initial off-the-pipe shot. It came across, and Ostrowski nowhere to be found in net. Drexel cuts it back to 1. It's 3-2. We got ourselves a hockey game here tonight, folks. Up and down we go. 4 goals here in the second period, and Drexel has cut the deficit back to 1. And the goals that they've scored when they've been successful, they've been jamming away in front, creating opportunities. Don't forget that that's just a tremendous play by Mark Laurie. That was off a change there for Drexel, and he needed to navigate about 7 seconds of being 1 against 5 as Shelley and the rest of the team came in front, including Joe Finlayson. Played it back to Shelley at the point. A shot that went off the post, another rebound that was in front, and then Finlayson finally put it away. That one sent up and into the Drexel student section. They're none too pleased about that. Even had a man in a jeans jacket calling for what appeared to be a technical foul. Sir, this is not the Palestra. That's across the street. But hey, just good that they're out here watching hockey. There's a shot that came right on. Big save through a lot of traffic there. Good positioning by Ostrowski. But you can see the pep in the step from this Drexel Dragons team. Sklar couldn't control the puck, and now Davis back the other way. That pass eludes his intended stickmate, Nick Jindal. The alternate captain, Finlayson, plays it across for Tim Mikulik. The captain played back to the point, and Montague shoves it deep. Sklar in front. Here's Mikulik with it now, back behind the net. Back for Sklar. Backhanding in front, came in between the circles, not a lot on that shot, and punched down by the defense. And a high stick will bring the faceoff outside the zone there, brought down by Drexel. 4:19 to play in the second period. It's Drexel 2, trailing to Penn's 3. Bob Long on play-by-play. Nathan Bryant with me on the camera. The Drexel Hockey Network. You can find all our content on Drexel University's Point Streak site. We have a repository of all the games that we've done, both D1 and D2, all from this building this year. You can pretty much count on us to be here if Drexel University is in the building playing at home, or in this particular case, away. 4 minutes to play in the second period. Hayden Stefan played it back for Andrew Lane. Now Torgerson is in the area. Stefan is there. Shot, and Torgerson was right there in front. Now another one in front. This time they jam away at a Stefan. Puck is still loose. And finally Rickenbacker able to cover it up. Good discipline there by Rickenbacker as he was moving along with that puck. Kept his pads all the way to the ice, and then finally, there you go, able to cover it up with the glove. A nice job there to keep Penn off the board. Brian Beagley will take the face-off. Opposed by Scala Rosenbaum for Drexel. Torgerson, big save there by Rickenbacker with the glove. We're full strength with 3 minutes and 30 seconds to play, and again they fire it up and out of play, and that one went off a guy's jaw. And he does not look to be too comfortable now. That caught him in the jaw/nose area, and they're calling for help over there. 6-foot boards, I tell you what. My man in the jean jacket's calling for another technical foul. This, again, nothing to do with this gentleman. Certainly hope that he's okay, and that does sting in a big way. They're getting the trainer over there now. I'm just enjoying my man in the jeans jacket who's probably at his first hockey game calling for a technical foul. Call me a sadist, I don't know. That's funny. Now Penn the other way, 3:16 to play. And happy to say that the gentleman that did get struck in the jaw/nose area is being attended to and certainly doesn't look to be in any major pain. So that's good news. Might just have a bloody nose to prove that he went to the hockey game here tonight. Now Drexel the other way, and DeMauro didn't quite know where the puck was. That was the right idea, and now Drexel was going to be offside, so they'll have to touch up. 2:50 to play. Second period, you can see that they're buzzing around out there on the Drexel side. Zach Plotkin, who's had an incredible game. I don't think he's, maybe he did score one, but either way, he has been flying around and been really good from a puck control perspective. Penn looking for a clearance here as Rodriguez threw it back behind. Not a good play there from Penn. Scala Rosenbaum in on the puck and now taking off it. Penn comes back the other way. Full head of speed. Torgerson couldn't control and immediately will stop on a dime and go back to the bench for a change. Ian Huver plays it along the back. Blake Cleveland in the area. And out of the zone it comes. Joe Finlayson. Here's a 2-on-1 for Drexel. Has Colin Quinn. Backhands it across. A shot. A big save. And now they score on the rebound. Zach Plotkin gets the goal. And we're tied at 3. And again, another dirty goal here by Drexel, able to fire it in front. It was Joe Finlayson creating the 2-on-1 as he chipped it by the Penn defenseman. Created the 2-on-1, took the shot. It was initially a good save. Quinn got a follow in front. A save again by Ostrowski, which left it right on the doorstep for Zach Plotkin. And we are, as we started tonight, all tied. It's 3-3 with 1:48 to play in the second period. Sent right across the crease. Drexel now looking to clear. This comes to the stick of Finlayson. Great shift for him as he heads to the bench. 1:24 to play, second period. And Drexel coerces a turnover. Sklar to the backhand, sends it to Mikulik. Sklar will get it back and has Finlayson with him. Finlayson, a one-timer, didn't get a lot on it, and Ostrowski falls on it to get a stoppage with 1:09 to play. Another look at that replay there as Finlayson, he tried his best. He wound and he tried to pick that puck as it was off the ground, hit it in midair. .50 seconds left in the period. Here is Sklar. Gets to the red line and sends it deep. Josh Finlayson. And we've lost power on the one scoreboard. The other one's still live. 35 seconds left. Corey Freeman got it to his backhand. Down to the forehand. Takes a shot. They score! Tip drill in front. Josh Finlayson finds a home in the back of the net. What a brilliant play. Absolutely no chance for the goaltender, Ostrowski. And Drexel's come all the way back. They've scored 4 goals here in the period and lead 4-3. Really a brilliant comeback. A long way, a lot of hockey to go. But it was 3-1 Penn. Penn was going on the man advantage, and it looked like the momentum, which Drexel had had after their first goal to cut it to 2-1, had evaporated. Drexel put the head down, and all their goals have been scored from the crease or the area just outside the crease. That one, a brilliant tip drill from Josh Finlayson. And I love the effort with which this Drexel team is playing right now. Rickenbacker, nice job to come out and clear that one away. Back behind the net, 11 seconds left in the period. Shelley. Huver lifts it high. 4 seconds left in the period. Penn will likely just pull this one back. And that is the end of the second period, but what a period it was for this Drexel Dragons team. Outscoring Penn 4-2. They came into the period down 1, and they leave the period leading 4-3. But what a flourish of offense that we've had here in this second period. One thing to note, and I know I was having fun with my man down there calling for a technical foul. It has to be said, though, at the college level, 6-foot boards here, you're not going to have a delay of game the way you would in the NHL with the higher boards. So that's not the way it's called here. So perhaps we'll give him the benefit of the doubt, and he was saying that it should have been a delay of game penalty and send a man to the box. However, that's simply not going to happen here at the college level. Just one thing to hit before we head to intermission. Through 2 periods, Drexel 4, Penn 3. You're watching the Drexel Hockey Network. Let's talk to some of the members of the D1 team who are just getting underway right now on the road against Westchester. We'll see if we can check in as well and get a score update as soon as possible when we come back for the second period. Make that the third period here on the Drexel Hockey Network.
Jeremy Wick with us now here on the Drexel Hockey Network. And Jeremy, a great season last year for you and the team, a great run all the way to nationals. Well, what's your biggest takeaway from the 2018-2019 season?
I think we put together a really good season last year, had 30 wins. I think we achieved a lot. You know, when you put together, I know we didn't get that ECHA championship or that natty win, but I thought it was really one of the closest we did get to achieving it. We only lost 5-4 to Oklahoma, but all in all, it was a good year. And I think really this year we have a really good opportunity to build on it. We only lost a few guys, and we got a lot of good incoming freshmen here. So I think this is our year that we can even build on that and even have a better season than we did last year.
We're asking folks about this on these interviews, the experience in Dallas. What was that like as a team, both from a competition standpoint and from a bonding standpoint? What do you think that experience did for you guys as you build into this season?
Yeah, I think anytime you can get to nationals, all the best teams in the countries are there. So you just get the opportunity to watch these teams play, learn something from just watching them, and kind of going through the whole entire process. I think if you haven't been there before, there's a lot of pressure on guys. This is your opportunity. Like, you want to win, you want to play big, and I don't know. I think once you kind of get comfortable in that, the next time around, you're more comfortable and you're going to play better.
How's summer been?
Summer's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun on campus. I think everybody's been enjoying it, taking some time off, hopefully hitting the gym for everybody, and I think everybody's ready to go now.
From a summer standpoint, what does that look like for a hockey player like yourself and your teammates? Obviously, that time to decompress and relax and have some fun, but from a hockey perspective, what does the summer look like for you?
Yeah, so I'd probably say, season ends in March. I say most guys probably take all of April, maybe May off, and then maybe start June is when kind of guys start to get back on the ice, get back in the swing of things. I would say most guys in the team do like a summer league where maybe you skate once to twice a week. So you're getting on the ice a little bit and then kind of just hitting the gym, kind of somewhat staying fresh and somewhat staying sharp. You're not grinding where you're wearing your body down, but just enough to you can stay sharp when preseason comes around.
So I know a lot of you guys know we talked to Dylan Dignan, who's moving up from D2 to D1. How's that going to be having him behind the bench with you guys?
I think anytime you can get one more voice there in the locker room and on the bench, it's going to help any of us. Just all of our coaches are great, and the more help we get, I think it's even going to be better.
And I've asked a bunch of guys this, but the game you have circled on the calendar this year, or games?
Definitely the Navy. I know we do it every year. Navy, and I would say even Westchester, too, is starting to, ever since they joined our division, I think they're kind of one of our big rivals now. They're probably going to be our toughest match of the year. They're probably the number 2 team in our division. So between Navy, Westchester, and Nova are probably the 3 biggest games we got.
And then you see the ice from a very different vantage point than anybody else, obviously. And what you'll see when you get to class of 1923 this year is a far different facility in general. Yep. How excited are you and the rest of this team for?
I think it's about time. There are some needed upgrades. I think the lighting is going to be the biggest thing for everybody. I think you guys are especially going to notice it. I will second that, yes. For all the home watchers, the lighting is going to be the big one. So I think that's going to help everybody.
That's good. Well, I wish you the best this season. We'll be watching and appreciate your time with us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Welcome back. It's Intermission here on the Drexel Hockey Network, and we have the captain, Mike Churchvara, here with us. Mike, welcome, and thanks for spending some time with us here.
Thank you for having me on. It's really nice to be here again. It's been a while.
Absolutely. Yes, it has been, but happy that it's hockey season again. All is right with the world.
Definitely. All is right. I know what to do now.
Yep.
I'm okay.
So what you have to do this year is take over for a captain in Dylan Hart, who was a tremendous ambassador for the program, a good face internally and externally for everything that the program stands for.
Right.
What personal responsibility do you take there, and how do you look forward to executing upon everything you need to do on and off the ice?
Well, I was also a roommate with Dylan for 3 years, so I had a lot of knowledge of how he carried himself on and off the ice, how he talked to the coaches and things of that sort. So it's a matter of taking what I know and who I am and how I've grown over 5 years now at Drexel and just applying that next step. Just being a good teammate, being a good leader, setting a good example for everybody. And then the outreach too. Now that we have 2 teams, a lot of responsibility comes on our shoulders here. So just want to take that next step, make sure everything's running smoothly. The program has a good face.
And then for this year, a lot of expectations, of course. You guys had a great year last year, best in program history. Talked to Nathan about it. He said that third period against Oklahoma was one of the best that you guys played all year, and I would concur with that. How do you build upon that going into this year, and what is a realistic expectation after everything you guys accomplished last year?
I think we all know that next step is winning a game at Nationals. 3 straight years we've gone to Nationals, and 3 straight years we've lost that first game. I think we've built each year to the point where last year we were a goal away. We were actually a crossbar away with Eugene scoring that goal to tie it to send it to overtime. This goal right now is to win our league, get back to Dallas, and win that game. I think we can do it with the team that we have. We're a stronger group before, a little bit more mature. I think I'm excited. It's going to be so great.
And how have the coaches continued that communication? I'm sure a lot of this is within the dressing room itself and you guys holding yourselves to that standard, but how also have the coaches communicated how last year is going to transcend into your goals for this year?
Every time that we get on the ice, they make it clear what our goals are. Part of having good leadership in these coaches is setting these goals and then breaking them down so we can take it step by step. And they've been doing that for forever now, but this year specifically, it's do what we need to do right now in minicamp and training camp to move forward, take that next step, start the season well, keep that ball rolling all the way to Dallas, and then we're gonna win that game.
That's good stuff. I ask every player this question, but any games that you have circled this year, whether personally or as a team, on the calendar?
Ooh, Navy, obviously, because I'm very mad about how the playoffs went last year. I think we didn't have our best showing, and we kind of embarrassed ourselves a little bit there. And personally, I love playing NYU just because the attitudes, the different clash that we have of schools. It always makes for a good game, and they're a really tough program. They're a good team, but it's nice to have those.
Yeah, I happen to remember that you guys don't particularly, not that you don't care for new NYU, but that you enjoy putting up your best effort against them.
We definitely enjoy taking it to them.
All right, so maybe this is one that I can only ask a captain. I don't know. Maybe I'll feel like I'll want to ask this later after I hear your response to this. But how are your impressions
For this team?
Do you do good impressions? If I ask you for a Kyle Zoldi-ism in practice or in a game, maybe when he's a little bit hot under the collar, what would something like that sound like?
I definitely don't think that I can do a Kyle Zoldi impression that's going to be PG-13, especially for the intermission locker rooms where it gets a little heated. I could do a Derek impression.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll take anything I can get.
Okay, so coaches come in, they say their words, Derek. Let's go get him, boys. And then the next one would be 2 laps left. No, that's Derek for you. It goes off what Runk was saying. He's not a big talker, but he's a good character on the ice, too.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, hey, we're really looking forward to the season and watching you grow into your role as captain, and certainly appreciate your time with us and appreciate all you do for the program.
Well, thank you for saying that. I'm super excited for the year. It's going to be a good one.
Good. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate
you.
it. On with us here on the Drexel Hockey Network. And Jim, looking forward to the year here, 2019-2020, back at it for another year of Drexel Hockey. What's the thing you're most looking forward to for this campaign?
Really just getting back on ice with the guys. Starting off hot right next week, 2 weekends in Buffalo. So really just getting back out there and right away getting back to playing with everybody. Everyone's been off on the summer, kind of on their own, just trying to stay on the ice and get ready. So to have everyone back together would be good.
Well, and we're talking here at the training camp in September, and I have to imagine that this is a very crucial couple of weekends to get everybody back together for the first time. And you guys are on the ice quickly in game situations. What does a day like today do for you guys getting out there?
One, just getting back on the ice and getting that chemistry going again, just picking up where we left off, and just bringing the new guys in, getting them feel welcome and up to speed with how the game's going, getting ready to move forward.
What, from a perspective of this team and this chemistry, how do you think the new guys coming in, because you do have quite a depth of talent, young guys coming up, how do you think you guys will grow and mature together this season?
Yeah, I think with just the large core guys that we have from last year and the success that we had, just having new faces, new different skill sets and talents to have them come in, be able to help them transition to here and just become part of the family and help us succeed with our goal next year.
From a perspective of the games that are on the calendar this year, obviously you guys circle games on the calendar, and I think I might even know your answer based on the other folks I've talked to. But if you could pick 1 or 2 games that you really are looking forward to this year, what would they be?
I mean, I think everyone could say the Navy game in Westchester is going to be a good battle, and we're all definitely looking forward to all the games against those guys.
I'll tell you what I'm looking forward to, among other things, is coming to class in 1923 this year, a new venue essentially, totally redone from top to bottom, new boards, new lighting, a new roof, etc. What about for you guys? What's the best part of having essentially new digs for your home rink?
Yeah, I think it's great that I'm excited to see what the changes they've made. I think it'll be good, especially earlier in the year with all the fog that we've had. It would be nice with the new roof that hopefully we don't have any of those problems anymore.
Yeah, I think back to the old days, and it was back in like the 70s or something like that. It might have even been when the Flyers were in the Stanley Cup against the Sabres, because it definitely happened up in Buffalo, where they had to send the guys out on the ice when there was a whole bunch of fog there to essentially just skate in circles to try to lift the fog and get the game underway. And yeah, I don't think that'll be an issue this year anymore, which is great. So a couple of hot seat questions for you. Funniest guy on the team?
I'd go with Chris Hagen. Just some of the stuff that comes out of his mouth is you're not really expecting it, but he's always got something to say. Whatever you have, he's got a way to make it funny.
Is it like a dry, quick wit type of thing, or?
He's just everything he's got to say. He just knows how to make individually. Just each guy, he knows what gets them going and makes them laugh.
And then who will say something that'll make you think, and what's an example of that?
I think there's a few guys. I'll have to go with Cam Neely. Spent a lot of time on the road, especially as his roommate, and sitting next to him in the stall. And some of the stuff he asked me, whether it's about school or just life in general, just really makes you think. Sometimes where his head's at, and sometimes just it really makes you think about whatever. Yeah.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Well, hey, I appreciate you taking some time with us, answering some of the hard questions here. We'll be watching you out there on the ice this year, and wish you guys the best of luck.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Beginning of the third period here on the Drexel Hockey Network. Bob Long on play-by-play, Nathan Bryant with me on camera. And a reminder that tonight's game is brought to you by Drexel University's LeBeau College of Business. For over 125 years, Drexel University has been uniting academia and industry to empower the next generation of leaders. Enroll in graduate and executive education programs at Drexel University's LeBeau College of Business and join over 40,000 alumni who are transforming their careers and industry. Learn more at drexellebeau.com. It was a second period to remember for this Drexel Dragons hockey team. Now can they play 30 more minutes to finish this thing off? Drexel with a 4-3 lead. They trailed 3-1 at one point. 3 unanswered goals in the latter stages of the third period. And they beat David Ostrowski 4 times in net that period. Granger Rickenbacker in the net for Drexel. And we're underway here in the third. Noah Montague gets a touch defensively for Drexel. Tried to pass that one forward to get it out of the zone, and it does find its way to center ice. Turned on there and sent deep by Andrew Lane for Penn, and Montague back there to get it. Along the near side boards, it pops up on Plotkin, comes back to his stick. A pass there was intended for his teammate, instead kept in by Penn. And now pulled away by Beckert. Beckert scored the first goal of the game, comes to the backhand and sent along. To the far side boards, it's Zach Plotkin. This time he does send it along with one more nudge. It makes no mistake and gets it out of the zone. Montague got it near the red line, shoved it forward. Didn't get a ton on that one, and so the goaltender got a piece. 19:03 to play. Beckert with a long pass came onto his stick, dialed it back, and he will just come to the bench. Here's Zach Messerly turning on it. Lucas Freeman. His pass was intended for Corey Freeman. Freeman got a stick on it, but now coming back the other way is Penn as it's sent along to the backboards. Couldn't get the clearance. Brought forward and into the catching glove of Granger Rickenbacker. Hayden Stefan took the shot. .38 to play third period. Drexel wins the faceoff, rips it around the boards. This will come all the way out of the zone. Torgerson tried to play it through his own legs and keep his momentum going. A bit too strong there. Rudloff turned it over. Here's Torgerson with it to the forehand. He scores! And we're tied at 4. A giveaway there by the Drexel defense. Torgerson turns on it. All he's got to do is get it on that forehand and rip it high to the upper 90. Beating the goaltender blocker side. Four apiece. Less than 2 minutes into this third period. The Penn Quakers 13-2-0-1 on the year. A tremendous ACHA D2 team, but Drexel at 7-12-0-2, trying to get a win here. They've been competitive all season long and have won some big games to this point. Ethan Abraham was hit hard into the boards. Does come to the stick of Christian Rodriguez, who plays it forward. Montague sent it back in. Sklar in the area and makes its way back into the neutral zone. Here's Josh Finlayson. Finlayson with a shot off just a bit wide of the net. But Sklar is in there, has possession of the puck, turned on it, comes to the skates of Finlayson. He'll back it up, shoot it from an off angle. It went across the blue paint, but wide. Follow is blocked, and that will make its way out of the zone. Montague have to get back to get it. That one, a weird bounce off the stick of Abraham. The goaltender had to be there. Now back below the goal line. Drexel has a man in the area, but first to it's Adam Merry. Scala Rosenbaum lifted the stick, making a clearance difficult. Puck's right in front. A shot, backhand, he scores! And that's Chase DeMauro going to the backhand. What a play by Rosenbaum to get it free, and then there's DeMauro finishing it off. And Drexel leads 5-4. What a game this has been, and a long way to go. 17 minutes left in the third. But Scala Rosenbaum there as Adam Merry was looking to clear that puck. Lifted the stick beautifully. The puck was loose in the center. It squirted free. And finally onto the stick of DeMauro, who somehow got the backhand on it, was able to flip it by the goaltender David Ostrowski. He didn't need to get a ton on it, but he had to lift it off the ice, which he did. And it found the back of the net. 5-4 Drexel. 16 minutes, 56 seconds to play. Blake Cleland got his stick on the puck, and he'll pull it back onto his forehand, nearly lost control of it. And that one almost went in the net as a deflection sent it just narrowly wide of the net. This one flipped well high, and boy, after what happened to the gentleman in the second period, everyone's diving out of the way on that one. It bears mentioning again, no delay of game here with the 6-foot boards and at the college level, whether it's deflected on the way out or not. Shot was wide. Rickenbacker, he had it covered, even if it was on net. Lifted forward here for Penn. Cleland took a chance. Now 2-on-0. There's a shot. He scores! Alex Beckert. Cleland had a decision to make right there. He went for the poke. Led to a Beckert shot coming right to the forehand. Nothing Rickenbacker can do on that one. A great finish. And Penn has tied this up at 5 with 16:23 to go in the third. Corey Freeman loses the faceoff, and now Penn has the puck on their stick again, having just scored the tying goal. That should be icing, and there's your whistle. So just a pass that went beyond the intended stick. It came just south of the red line, and as a result, Drexel will get a faceoff in their offensive zone. 16 minutes, 13 seconds to play. Corey Freeman back into the faceoff circle opposed by Bruce Beagley. I make that Brian Beagley. Andrew Lane has the puck now. Torgerson with it. Sent out of the zone and deep. Icing waved off. First to it is Bigley, but played back behind the net well, and Drexel controls on the near side. Long pass there, and this will be an icing as well. 15 minutes, 49 seconds to play in the third period. It's a 5-5 game. We've gone back and forth all night long. Great scoring chances, a lot of open ice. And the puck along the near side looking for possession. Drexel has it. Messerly tried to play forward for Bell. Here's Corey Freeman. Freeman taking off the puck well by two Penn Quakers. It's 2-on-3, but Penn will take the shot anyway. It went just high of the net. Rickenbacker, I think, had it covered if it was going to head on net. Freeman now to the backhand. A giveaway in front. Fortunate that Rudloff is there, but Freeman took down his own guy. Now everybody's up and at him on the near side. Played back to the point. Torgerson. A shot well high there. On the near side, Messerly. Now played back to the point. Rodriguez in between the circles, and a rebound there. No. Nice job by Rickenbacker. The tip drill put it right on net. That one looked ripe for a rebound, but Rickenbacker was right on it. Enough time to line that one up off the deflection and make the save, with 15 minutes exactly to play in the third period. Shot by Abraham, big rebound in front. Good stick there by Noah Montague to prevent the rebound. Now another shot from an off angle. This time, Rickenbacker gets the glove down on it. Let's go back to Montague on that last play. It was a big rebound, as I said, and Montague able to get in the area and prevent that rebound from being put right back on net. Would have put Rickenbacker in a really tough spot to make the save. A great play by the Drexel defenseman. Drexel will turn this one off ice. Josh Sklar across for Huver. Touched up there at the red line by Mikulik. Mikulik in there now. Takes down the Penn player. No call. Montague a shot. Deflection went just wide. Net came off the moorings as Tim Mikulik tried to backhand it on. And the goaltender David Ostrowski went back to that far side post with a little bit too much gusto. Took it right off the moorings with 14:23 to play. Joe Finlayson can't win the faceoff, but Plotkin's there. Tried to send it in front, and again, that net does look like it's off the moorings again. They'll keep this playing as the referee puts it back in play. Colin Quinn out near the puck, as is Plotkin, but Penn does get the clearance. Huver turns with it at the red line. Good move there. Skates by another defender, brings it into the slot. He'll take the shot high, and it does saved there by Ostrowski and goes up into the netting. Ostrowski had to be good, and he was. Let's take one more look. Might have been going just high of the bar, but Ostrowski takes no chances, goes up and gets that one with the blocker. 13:57 to play third period. Joe Finlayson in the faceoff circle, and it's one. Back to the backboards by Brett Robiney. Intercepted by Plotkin. Plotkin brings it right on, and that one went to the back skate there of Quinn. Quinn will get it back, playing across for Finlayson. Finlayson's long shot into the catching glove of the goaltender Ostrowski, and will get a stoppage with 13:37 to play. Another look at Finlayson's shot. No problem there for the goaltender for Penn. Skylar Rosenbaum couldn't win that faceoff, and now back the other way. Rudloff tried to shove it off the boards, but Penn was there. Here's Beckert. Beckert has 2 goals, sends in front of the net, and a nice job by Chase DeMauro to be first to it. DeMauro, such a good skater. Gets it across the red line and into the offensive zone, taken down, and no whistle. 13:15 to play. Drexel looking for an opportunity offensively. Could have been a trip there, but was not called. Good move there by Beckert. Now that one should be a trip. Second time is the charm. There is your whistle on the Penn touch, and Drexel will go on the man advantage with 12:59 to play in the third. That's a clear trip there. I thought potentially tomorrow was taken down as well, but all's well that ends well here for Drexel. Although Justin Levin would say nothing's done, nothing's ending well until they put one in and take advantage of this power play. And certainly nothing's over until this game comes to a conclusion, as we've had absolute fireworks all night long, 5 apiece, and under 13 minutes to go here in this third and final period of regulation, as Penn gets an initial clearance right off the faceoff. Ben Shelley holds back behind the net. He'll bring it forward. Josh Sklar had a step on the defender. Into the offensive zone they go. Tim Mikulik. Mikulik sends it right across. Pinching there is Huver. A good decision as Drexel's going to maintain possession. Sklar skates it up to the slot area, played back. Shelley plays across to the top of the circle. A wind and a fire, that one off the backboards. Stays in the offensive zone and jammed back deep. Josh Finlayson with the puck now. Mikulik turns onto it, into the circle, shot from an off angle. That one stays in the zone, or perhaps it does not. Caught the top piece of the glass, but also caught a piece of the netting. We'll get a stoppage with 12:15 to play here in the third period, and 1:16 to go on the Drexel power play. Mikulik in the faceoff circle for the Dragons. And he does win that faceoff, played back to the point. Huver was not ready for that return pass, able to get down on the ice. Now there's a shot and a rebound there that's into the catching glove of the goaltender. Initially got through. A nice tip by Drexel, and snapping that glove forward was the goaltender, Ostrowski. Huver is down on the ice for Drexel, so the trainer will come out to take a look at him. Penn wanted a penalty there. That's certainly not going to come. He got the puck first, was just trying to keep the puck in the zone, and the Penn defender went flying as a result. And now Huver's down. That's the real concern here on the Drexel side. Drexel still waiting to see the result of this one. Huver is up now. Trainer taking great care of him. And good to see Huver make his way off the ice. He gingerly makes his way onto the bench as Drexel gets a fifth out there. 12:05 to play, third period. There's 1:06 left on the man advantage, and now they're bringing this outside the zone. I don't understand why that would be. And Tim Mikulik, the captain, making that case. That should absolutely be in the offensive zone for Drexel. And now they got it right. Simon Scala-Rosenbaum into the faceoff circle, opposed by Brian Beagley, excuse me. Second time I've called our man Brian Bruce tonight. My apologies. Rudloff had trouble with that one. Everybody's going to have to touch up. That puck just rolled off the stick. But it will be dumped back in. Mikulik sends it deep. Penn will be first to it, but tomorrow chasing after it. Odd bounce off the boards. We'll get it onto the stick of Rudloff. Right back where they started. 37 seconds left on the power play. Scala-Rosenbaum carries to the edge of the circle. There's a shot deflected wide and to the backboards. Couldn't keep it in there. And 18 seconds left with a change. Quick pass up the ice. Scala-Rosenbaum keeps it in right at the blue line. DeMauro will get to this puck first. Nice job to turn on the puck, kind of feigned the defender. Mikulik for DeMauro, DeMauro tries to pump it back for Mikulik. It comes high in the air, brought down by a high stick. No. Here's Skylar Rosenbaum, scores! And I don't know why that's not a high stick. Penn doesn't seem to understand either. But Skylar Rosenbaum beats the goaltender. Blocker side, and Drexel leads 6-5. It was immediately and emphatically waved off, though, that there was to be no high stick. So, this wild ride continues here on a Friday night. Drexel against Penn. And the Drexel Dragons lead this one 6-5. Good move there. There's a shot that goes wide. Blocked in front by Drexel. And Rickenbacker had to get to the opposite post and did. Punched away by Beckert. Rickenbacker might have been well served to go down and cover that puck up, but able to get it out of the zone with the help of his friends. To center ice, Colin Quinn turns on the puck. Nice pass forward for Joe Finlayson, who bats it ahead, gets it in front, and the shot was saved there. Nice stick in there by the goaltender, Ostrowski. Now back the other way, Penn tries to get it onto the forehand and does. They score! Robert Blend with his second of the night. He beat the goaltender, Rickenbacker, glove side. One that Rickenbacker, I think, might have been able to get. But we're tied at 6, and we're not even halfway through the third. 10 minutes and 5 seconds to play. This game is absolutely nuts. How many more goals do we have in store tonight? Out to center ice, Blake Cleland. And jammed forward by Jimmy Bell. Off angle bounce again. Corey Freeman nearly was in there. Now a wind and a fire. Jimmy Bell tried to finish it on the weak side. Again dropped right in front. It went off the side netting. And Penn very fortunate to get a clearance. Now Torgerson. Torgerson got by the first defender, but then eliminated into the boards well by Cleland. Back to the point. Sent to the edge of the circle. Pulled back there by number 18, Hayden Stefan. Bigley back to the point. Shot wide. Torgerson will play it back to the opposite point. Bird didn't get a lot on that one. Torgerson sends it right back for Bird. This time winds and fires. A deflection went well wide. Again in front, and this time Rickenbacker got the stick on it. Carried forward. Tim Mikulik. Shot from the circle. Nice job by the goaltender Ostrowski to eliminate that rebound. Huge hit there. Joe Finlayson taken down hard. Kept in the zone. Another big hit up at the point. But Drexel, this time Finlayson again taken down. And the third time will be where we'll get a penalty. And there's the penalty. That's what will send number 10, Phil Foster, to the box. Foster was demonstrative there and not happy whatsoever with that call. He'll go to the bench with 6:46 to play in the third. A tie game at 6. That's right, 6. Tim Mikulik will face off and wins it against Robiny. Wind in a shot. It's still right in front. Trying to get a stick on it. Kept in by Shelley at the point as they tried to clear. Another one came all the way through, and Ostrowski makes the save. Another look at that slapper. Had a lot on it. A lot of traffic in front. Wonderful screen there by number 10 for Drexel, Josh Finlayson. This time Robiny does win the faceoff, but they can't get the clearance, at least not yet. Now Penn brings it forward, and it's 1-on-1. Rickenbacker didn't have to make that save. He doesn't know where the puck is, though. Trouble there Now one more shot, and Rickenbacker tried to keep the puck moving. That was a quick whistle from the official, but to be honest with you, I think that might be to Drexel's benefit. Trying to release that puck and keep that going. Yeesh. There's several Penn guys in the area. That could have been difficult. I think you take your chances, try to win this face-off, and build forward. Rickenbacker, I think, had a little bit of trouble identifying where that puck was back behind the net. Fortunate to not allow a shorty there. Net comes off the moorings, and we will get a stoppage with 8:10 to play in the period. 1:24 to go on this power play. Drexel a man up as Phil Foster sits in the sin bin for the Quakers of Penn. Top of the circle, shot blocked in front, never got to the net, and now Drexel had a chance to come the other way. Some miscommunication there, and Huver on the puck. What a pass across the ice that was. Scala Rosenbaum now carried forward by Huver. Huver tried to play it through the defender's legs, and he's taken out there by the goaltender as it's sent all the way down. 1 minute to go on this power play for Drexel. It's 6 apiece with 7:40 to go in the third period. DeMauro will skate onto the puck. Makes one defender miss. It's a 2-on-2 as he comes to a stop. Sent it across, brought down by Rudloff. Bouncing puck, he couldn't get a lot on that shot, but it now is deep, and DeMauro's on it. 37 seconds left of the man advantage. DeMauro toying with the defense as he pulls it back to the point. Sent across for Huver. Thought about winding and firing. Now Rudloff has it on the opposing point. Good pass there through traffic. Laurie with a shot. Save! And he covered up to eliminate that rebound. Ostrowski makes a save with 7:04 to play in the third period and 18 seconds left on the man advantage. Joe Finlayson wins the faceoff. Mikulik now in front. Finlayson tries to get it on his forehand. Now does. Takes the shot, and it's saved there by the goaltender Ostrowski. Almost by default, and a little bit of luck there. He didn't break down. I don't think he even sees this puck. Watch this shot through traffic here. And he just kind of reacts when it's pretty much in his stomach area. 11 seconds left. One more shot by Plotkin, and it's saved again by Ostrowski. This time a better save, and he certainly saw the puck all the way through that time. One more look at this replay, and a really good quick shot there by Plotkin. He has a great understanding of time and space out there on the ice. Up to the point, and it goes over the skate of Shelley. Robiney chases down Montague. Good play there. Colin Quinn up the ice. Here's Plotkin. Plotkin dishes. He shoots. He big save by Ostrowski. Joe Finlayson got the shot, tried to lift it high at the tail end, and Ostrowski there for a huge save with 6:30 to play in the third. Face off again in the Drexel offensive zone. They have controlled the pace here in the third period. Can they get the goal to take the lead for good? Rudloff shot wide. They try to go to the backhand, and what do we have there? We got a stoppage, and perhaps the net came off the moorings? I don't understand. Yep, there you go. Now they move the net back into position. That's unfortunate for Drexel, as they did have a good opportunity on the strong side of the net there, right outside the inside post. Now 6:28 to play third period. They'll get another look offensively in their attacking zone as Mikulik is set to take the faceoff against Brett Robiney. Robiney wins this faceoff. Carried back behind by Phil Foster and sent out to center ice. Rudloff there to punch it forward. Penn still with possession. And Drexel will send this on. One hop, Goaltender had trouble with that one. Now carried back by Josh Sklar. Sklar, a big hit, a long shot. Delay penalty here for Penn, and now the stoppage as Sklar grasps at his knee there. The tail end is what drew the penalty. It's Robert Blend going to the penalty box. He scored twice here tonight, but that looked like a nasty hit in the center of the ice, taking out Josh Sklar. They continue to look at Sklar. Referees are discussing. They've already put 2 on the board, but I don't know if that's been communicated with the box. I think that's just the scorekeeper making an assumption as Sklar comes off helped by his teammates. He's been flying around, buzzing around out there on the ice. He's been excellent. Certainly hope that he's okay. And whether he's back for the next 6:03 is one thing, but more importantly, hopefully he's back very shortly for another Drexel game, as they'll be back here on Sunday night, a game to be played on the Drexel Hockey Network. One of the officials speaks to the scorer's box as another official and a linesman speaks to the 2 captains. Still would appear we have things to sort out, and now it's been added to the scoreboard. 5 minutes. Major penalty called against number 5, Robert Blend. Blend, who scored twice here tonight, now sits for the next 5 in the sin bin. And a huge opportunity here for Drexel. 5-minute major, 6 minutes left in the hockey game. You would feel this, no doubt about it, is a chance for Drexel to take the control and win what's been an absolutely wild hockey game against their crosstown, cross-campus rival in the building that they both call home. Drexel in the blue, Penn in the white, and we're back underway. 5-on-4 for Drexel for the next 4:56. Colin Quinn hit into the backboards, and that one could not be corralled by Huver. Now it's a foot race to it. Huver will get there first and turn on the puck. Huver to the red line, carrying into the zone. Plotkin will get to the puck, jammed in front, and a nice job by Ostrowski. A really aggressive play to sprawl out and make that save. Ostrowski has looked a little tentative at times here tonight in between the pipes, but that one was aggressive, understanding that he didn't have any weak side help and had to get that puck covered up. Now on the near side, Beagley is on the puck. Drexel jams away at it. Huver pinched at the wrong time. Fortunate to have Rudloff there. Now Joe Finlayson turns it back for Huver. Huver's shot through traffic, rebound, and then covered up. Just a momentary rebound there as Ostrowski. You're going to see the shot here. It kicked about a couple feet in front of him, and then he's able to put the glove on it at the important time. 5:21 to play, third period. 4 minutes and 19 seconds remaining on a power play here for Drexel. On the 5-minute major to Robert Blend. Josh Finlayson dumps it along the boards. Simon Scala Rosenbaum plays back behind the net and gets it back. Scala Rosenbaum, edge of the circle, tried to throw that one across, and it's deflected out of the zone off the skate of Penn. And Mikulik will turn with the puck, a high line here for Penn, but now Mikulik across the red line, and he'll gain the zone. Big hop in front. Mikulik got a stick on it. Ostrowski was there, and we get a whistle. A broken stick for Mikulik. And again, the net came off the moorings. making a habit of that these days. Mikulik will head to the bench as he cannot corral a new stick in time. Rodriguez turns with the puck, flips it, can't get it out of the zone, but now off a high carom, it's Penn the other way. Beckert filters behind the net, a nice hip check there by Rudloff, and Drexel carries the other way. Chase DeMauro in the area, it'll be Josh Finlayson on it first. DeMauro has it now, a backhand forward. Mark Lurie to the top of the circle. Lurie drops it back for Finlayson. Finlayson right across. In between the circles, a shot and a big save there. Up and into the netting. Ostrowski big at the point he needed to be. One more look. Huber able to wind. He kept that one very low. The pad of Ostrowski got down in time and pushed it up and into the netting behind the net. 3:11 to play in this power play. Just 4 minutes and 13 seconds left in the period as Penn gets a clearance all the way down. Rickenbacker backhands it along for Rudloff. Joe Finlayson will get there first in miscommunication, but now Plotkin comes up, and it's numbers here for Drexel. 4-on-2. Plotkin, off-angle shot saved there by Ostrowski. Now a follow. That one didn't get to the net. A good block in front by Phil Foster. And Drexel with possession. Played back to the slot. Across to the opposite point. Shot by Sklar, and it's saved there by Ostrowski. Poked away, but we got a whistle on a stoppage first. Great to see Josh Sklar out there on the ice. This is him ripping this shot right here. And a good screen in front by Plotkin. For me, Plotkin's been the guy here tonight that really has driven the engine here for this Drexel hockey team. Plotkin with the puck. Played back to the point. Here's Rudloff. Rudloff's pass a little bit behind. Fortunate for Drexel to keep it in the zone. Now Quinn tried to send it in front, and Penn gets the clearance. Sklar, the only man back, and able to punch it along the boards, allowing Drexel to build very quickly again. Colin Quinn sent across. Plotkin couldn't get the shot off hard. Body scramble all over the ice. And Torgerson lifts it high and all the way down the ice. 2 minutes left on the power play, 3 minutes left in the hockey game. We're tied at 6. Can Drexel get a goal here with this power play opportunity? Or can Penn get something to go? Or do we have a few minutes of overtime coming our way? Sklar bounces a two-hopper to the backboards. Torgerson didn't get much on that, but Drexel will be forced to touch up. Nice play by Huber there. Tries to get through two defenders. This one lifted high. That's the closest I've ever seen one to hitting the roof here at Drexel. Tim Mikulik with 2:20 to play. Couldn't gain the zone. Everybody touches up. Now Huber plays it back, and Scala Rosenbaum will chase it back into the Drexel defensive zone. Pass is just a little bit off here, but all Drexel needs is one rush with this man advantage to put one in. That one sent deep. That one's not icing. That one was at the red line. Penn thought that one was short of the red line, and they may have a case. Now here comes Penn the other way. It's 2-on-1. Rickenbacker, he was looking behind him, but he got the puck saved some way, somehow. Anytime you got the goaltender looking behind him, you're kind of waiting and hoping at that point. But Rickenbacker made the save, shorthanded at the time he needed to. 1:49 left in the hockey game, 47 seconds left on the Drexel man advantage. And amazingly enough, I don't think we've had a goal in about 8 minutes. It was 6-6 right at about the 10-minute mark of the third period. Longest stretch we've gone in quite some time. Here's Zach Plotkin. Played forward for Joe Finlayson. Quinn comes onto the puck. Colin Quinn to the backhand. He scores! Colin Quinn! The power play goal puts Drexel up 7-6. Well, they took the first 4 minutes and 30 seconds of the 5-minute major to score, but score they did. And with 1:30 to go in this hockey game, it's Drexel 7, Penn 6. Now the question is, can Drexel hold on? And what a game for Colin Quinn as well. What a brilliant effort from this Drexel offense here tonight. Counting on the defense for 90 seconds of defense. You need stops from Rickenbacker. You need bodies being laid down on the ice. Put your body on the line for what is going to be the kitchen sink being thrown at you by Penn. A timeout called by Penn. And we'll take this opportunity to remind you that tonight's game and all our games here on the Drexel Hockey Network are brought to you by Drexel University's LeBeau College of Business. For over 125 years, Drexel University has been uniting academia and industry to empower the next generation of leaders. Enroll in graduate and executive education programs at Drexel University's LeBeau College of Business and join over 40,000 alumni who are transforming their careers in industry. Learn more at drexellebeau.com. Well, you're getting your money's worth here tonight. Some great hockey through 58 minutes and 30 seconds. What does the last 90 seconds have to give us? Bob Long, Nathan Bryant here for the Drexel Hockey Network. Drexel leads 7-6. Penn needs a goal in the next minute 20 to tie the game and send it to overtime. Here's Tyler McGoldrick playing it forward. Touched up there. Drexel gets a clearance. Plotkin the other way. It's 3-on-2 for Drexel, and Plotkin will just rip it around the boards. Finlayson in there on the forecheck. Colin Quinn back there as well. Spins it to his backhand, gets on the ice, and trying to keep this one in the zone. 1 minute to play here in the third period. A wild one here all night long from the class of 1923 arena. Huver had trouble with that puck. Montague turns with it. He'll flip it off the boards, and Drexel will not get the clearance, at least not initially. That one should have been cleared. Now a chance in front for Penn. Beckert working hard in there. It comes in front, and Finlayson had his stick on the ice. Now Finlayson tries to turn on the puck. He's having trouble clearing it. In front it comes a one-timer that went high. 23 seconds left in the game. Penn throwing everything at Drexel. Drexel desperate for a clearance along the near side boards. Puck is loose, and it comes back to the point. Torgerson, a rebound there, came right in front. It was deflected. Now again in front, backhanded, kept in the zone. 5 seconds left, one shot. A block, they need one more shot. It comes through, another block, and that's the game. Drexel holds on, 7-6. What a game it was here from the class of 1923 arena, the home of both Penn and Drexel. Will the real home tenant please stand up? Drexel University, the D2 hockey team at the ACHA level. What a win it was. 7-6 in regulation. Bodies laying down there on the ice. Big blocks down the stretch. A deflected puck that scooted just wide of the outside post. That is how close it's been all night long. Neither team led by more than 2 goals, and we fittingly end this one an offensive shootout. 7-6, a 1-goal win here for Drexel. It was a power play goal. Scored in the last 30 seconds of a 5-minute major when Josh Sklar was taken down earlier in the game illegally. That sent Phil Foster to the box, and Drexel, they had their opportunities down the stretch to score. They finally put it in. Colin Quinn, the game winner. And then some big saves and blocks in the final minutes of the game. we anticipate having one or more of the Drexel Dragons team up here for interviews after the game. So what we'll do is we'll leave you with the LeBeau College of Business graphic as they salute the fans here on the other side of the ice for about the first time. Again, they came here as the road team against the other home tenant here, the Penn Quakers. They salute their fans on the far side and head to the dressing room victorious 7-6 in one of the most entertaining games that I've seen here in my time calling games for the Drexel Hockey Network. Many thanks to Nathan Bryant helping us out on the camera. He did a great job here tonight for us. And once again, tonight's game has been brought to you by Drexel University's LeBeau College of Business. We'll leave you with another interview that we've done a while ago as we wait for a live interview with members of the victorious Drexel Dragons hockey team. Thanks for being with us, everybody, and we'll be right back.
Jim Schickling on with us here on the Drexel Hockey Network. And Jim, looking forward to the year here, 2019-2020, back at it for another year of Drexel Hockey. What's the thing you're most looking forward to for this campaign?
Really just getting back on ice with the guys. Starting off hot right next week, 2 weekends in Buffalo. So really just getting back out there and right away getting back to playing with everybody. Everyone's been off in the summer, kind of on their own, just trying to stay on the ice and get ready. So to have everyone back together would be good.
Well, and we're talking here at the training camp in September, and I have to imagine that this is a very crucial couple of weekends to get everybody back together for the first time. And you guys are on the ice quickly in game situations. What does a day like today do for you guys getting out there?
One, just getting back on the ice and getting that chemistry going again, just picking up where we left off, and just bringing the new guys in, getting them feel welcome and up to speed with how the game's going, getting ready to move forward.
What, from a perspective of this team and this chemistry, how do you think the new guys coming in, because you do have quite a depth of talent, young guys coming up, how do you think you guys will grow and mature together this season?
Yeah, I think with just the large core guys that we have from last year and the success that we had, just having new faces, new different skill sets and talents to have them come in, be able to help them transition to here and just become part of the family and help us succeed with our goal next year.
From a perspective of the games that are on the calendar this year, obviously you guys circle games on the calendar, and I think I might even know your answer based on the other folks I've talked to. But if you could pick one or two games that you really are looking forward to this year, what would they be?
I mean, I think everyone could say the Navy game in Westchester is going to be a good battle, and we're all definitely looking forward to all the games against those guys.
I'll tell you what I'm looking forward to, among other things, is coming to class in 1923 this year, a new venue essentially, totally redone from top to bottom, new boards, new lighting, a new roof, etc. What about for you guys? What's the best part of having essentially new digs for your home rink?
Yeah, I think it's great that I'm excited to see what the changes they've made. I think it'll be good, especially earlier in the year with all the fog that we've had. It would be nice with the new roof that hopefully we don't have any of those problems anymore.
Yeah, I think back to the old days, and it was back in like the 70s or something like that. It might have even been when the Flyers were in the Stanley Cup against the Sabres, because it definitely happened up in Buffalo, where they had to send the guys out on the ice when there was a whole bunch of fog there to essentially just skate in circles to try to lift the fog and get the game underway. And yeah, I don't think that'll be an issue this year anymore, which is great. So a couple of hot seat questions
All right.
for you. Funniest guy on the team?
I'd go with Chris Hagan. Just some of the stuff that comes out of his mouth is you're not really expecting it, but he's always got something to say. Whatever you have, he's got a way to make it funny.
Is it like a dry, quick wit type of thing, or?
He's just everything he's got to say. He just knows how to make individually. Just each guy, he knows what gets them going and makes them laugh.
And then who will say something that'll make you think, and what's an example of that?
I think there's a few guys. I'll have to go with Cam Neely. Spent a lot of time on the road, especially as his roommate and sitting next to him in the stall. And some of the stuff he asked me, whether it's about school or just life in general, just really makes you think. Sometimes where his head's at, and sometimes just it really makes you think about whatever. Yeah.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Well, hey, I appreciate you taking some time with us, answering some of the hard questions here. We'll be watching you out there on the ice this year, and wish you guys the best of luck.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Intermission here on the Drexel Hockey Network, and we have Nathan Runk with us here in studio. Nathan, how are you? Thanks so much for coming on, and boy, looking forward to a big-time season here in 2019-2020.
I'm feeling pretty good. This off-season definitely helped a lot just to get back into things. Definitely been working out a lot just to keep in hockey shape, but I'm looking forward to just getting together with the boys again, getting to wake up early and practice. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, we're sitting here at tryouts, I guess this technically is.
Training camp.
Training camp in the fall. Break us down, if you could, what this time frame means. Obviously, you guys are just getting back together after the summer. How key are these next couple weekends for you guys to kind of filter through what will then be chemistry for the season?
I think they're crucial. I think with training camp, it's just to get your legs back. And tryouts, you really just got to show what you got. But then once the teams are picked, I think the first couple weeks are just obviously to get together, catch up, like if you haven't seen somebody for like the off season, but like we get things started pretty quickly, so we really just have to be all business, just focus in on like our overall goal, which is to get the Nationals and to win our first game there.
Well, that's a great segue. We've been talking. One of the constants of these interviews is talking about that experience down there in Dallas, and it was a tremendous comeback effort, a really good experience, I would guess, for you guys. Yeah. What did that mean for the team, and how do you feel that, though that was months ago, is going to carry forward over the course of this season?
Well, I think it just shows that we can compete with anybody as long as we just bond together. I mean, especially in that third period, that was probably one of the best periods of hockey our team has played. So I think we can definitely build off of that into this new season.
That's great. No, that's great. And so for you then as well, continuing to step up into a role with the departures of some of the seniors last year, including Dylan, who was a tremendous player, and Jim, who kind of anchored that backside there. What does the role look like for you, but then also some of the other younger guys that are stepping up into veteran roles now?
I'd say with me, like the biggest thing that I can bring is just like physicality to the game and also just like speed. Obviously, last season wasn't great when it came to scoring. I'm looking to step that up a little bit. But I think with a lot of the rookies too, they need to, I guess, accept the role that they're in, but don't be satisfied with it. Try and get better and try and get into a better role than what they start out with. I think to keep a positive mindset definitely helps as well.
So who, now to the fun ones here, who's the funniest player on the hockey team, and why?
I'd have to go with Fior, just because he's my line mate. So
he's got a couple votes already.
Yeah, I mean, just being on the bench with him, like we could have a bad shift or something, but he always knows what to say to keep the mood light and just to go back out there and want to do better. Definitely last year, he helped me a lot because I had a couple tough games, but he kept me positive.
That's great. And then who's the most, I struggle with the correct adjective, but let's say profound. Who's the most profound player in the team and who really kind of makes you think, whether that's good or bad?
I'd probably say Chris Hagan. He always keeps me on my toes. I mean, whatever he says, like I have to be ready for it, have to have a pretty good response or else he's going to let me hear it.
And then which coach... how do I ask this? They're all going to hear this. Which coach is the most? Which coach is the easiest to like make fun of? Let's put it that way. What are the things that the coaches do that you guys are making fun of in the locker room? All in good fun, of course.
I'd probably just say Derek. I mean, he's
Good.
All right, welcome back inside our Drexel Hockey Network studios. Gino Angeloni, assistant coach, with us here. Boy, that had to feel good. Looked more like a football game than a hockey game out there.
It did with the score, yeah. It was a great win. You know, it's been a while since we got one at home. Not even technically at home today, but it's good to win in the barn.
No doubt about it. You guys looked aggressive offensively. A lot of your goals were scored either in the crease area or right outside. A lot of tip drill type stuff. You guys seem to be working really hard, and those lines out there seem to be working very well together.
Yes, exactly. And we've been pushing for a couple weeks now, talking about getting to the hard areas of the ice, working the puck low, getting to the hard areas of the ice, and burying rebounds. And as you mentioned, I think all 7 goals were scored within 5 feet, and that's just a testament to getting to the hard areas of ice. Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You know, I tell you what, you come off a game like this, and you're just feeling, I'm sure, so good about your guys offensively. Yes. What do you think about the steps that have been taken from, let's say, the end of last semester to where you are right now?
It's been a huge step. And end of last semester, we lost Wochner, graduated, so we had to juggle the lines a bit. And I think up in Scranton, we kind of figured those lines out, started scoring up there, and we came back here and we got it done again.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of lines that stick out to me, certainly when you have Mikulik and Josh Finlayson on the same line. Joe Finlayson and Colin Quinn. Boy, that pairing right there is fantastic.
That pairing is awesome. And with Plotkin, too.
And Plotkin was buzzing around all night.
Over the ice. Yeah, he's doing a great job on the kill as well. All 3 of those guys had a great game today. I think they had 4 or 5 of the goals. And really, it's just because they're all working hard and making sure that they get to the loose puck. They're winning those races.
So we got a big weekend here for Drexel Hockey.
Yes.
One family, you guys always talk about that. D2 here tonight, D1 here tomorrow night against Navy, and then you guys back here on Sunday night against Rowan. What's that like to have essentially a Drexel weekend here at Class of 23?
It's great. We're a very, very tight-knit group. A lot of the players are friends with each other on both teams. The coaching staff, most of us play together. We're coaching that while we were playing. And a very tight-knit family. And hopefully they're up there in Westchester right now taking care of business. And I'm sure they're going to do the same tomorrow night, and we'll come back Sunday and get it done as well. Good
stuff. We'll be here with you every step of the way. Here tonight, here tomorrow night for D1, and then back for the weekend cap against Rowan. So keep up the good work, Gino. Tell the boys we're very impressed with their play out there.
Thank you.
Good stuff. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Hang with us as we're going to have a few players with us here as well. So just a minute as we get ready for that. And we welcome you back one more time into our Drexel Hockey Network studios. And we got a full house here. Zach Plotkin, Colin Quinn, and Joe Finlayson. What a line this was here. It was just a joy to watch you guys out there, responsible for a whole lot of those 7 goals out there. What went right? We'll go right across the line, each of you guys. What went right out there?
You know, I think we did the little things right. You know, we put the puck in, had a 3rd man high, and at some point, you know, the little things just become the big things. And I feel like, you know, thanks to these 2, we did pretty good out there.
So. I agree with what Zach said. We just hustled every puck and went balls to the wall every shift, and it turned out. So it's hard work, gets the goals. So we put it in, we got the reward.
Yeah, we got to the net. Everyone crashed the net, and we scored some goals. That's about it.
That's pretty simple, I suppose, huh?
Yeah,
well,
absolutely.
Well, I tell you what, I haven't seen a ton of games in my time broadcasting either D1 or D2 that ends 7-6. What's that like out there, where you're finding the back of the net more often than you're not?
Yeah, that was probably the most fun hockey game I've ever played in, and I think when it's close like that, it's more intense and it's in the moment, and you're grateful just to be out there and to play such a beautiful sport. So I'm very happy, and we're excited to roll into Sunday and get another W.
No doubt. Colin, tell me a little bit about the hat, if you would.
Well, I don't know. They give it to one player after every game, and I guess I happened to earn it this time. I don't know, but I like it. I think it's stylish.
Well,
with the uniform.
I'd say you did earn it with the game-winning goal there and the dying moments, and really an unbelievable play all around to keep that puck loose. I think it was you with the stick lift that kept that puck alive. Was it?
I don't even remember. I was just in a gaze.
There's no way that could have happened without these two.
Yeah, and you were in there as well, Joe. I mean, the continuity of this line is what really impresses me. And Coach Angeloni was talking about, with Woshner graduating, kind of having to flip lines a little bit. What's that been like, and how do you think everybody has kind of reacted to it?
I mean, we've all had to find our respective grooves after that. I mean, Wosh was a key player on our team, and he really gave us the chemistry we needed. But, I mean, we'd have had to adjust, and I think tonight was a good proof that we're starting to get there. And game by game, we're taking it as it is and just playing every shift hard, and it'll work out. I mean, but just got to.
Yeah, Wosh was a big. It's sad to see a guy like him leave, but I hope he's proud of what we just did out there. So.
One more down the line. How's it feel to beat the crosstown, cross-campus rival here?
Well, they should just call this the Drexel Ice Hockey Rink now. So that's what I think. But yeah,
there you
thank
go.
You so much for the opportunity.
Absolutely, my
Appreciate
pleasure, boys. Any other thoughts? How's it feel to beat this Penn team for both of you guys, or did Zach say it all?
We've always wanted to play them, and I think it's great that we finally got a big win in their rink.
And that was just like classic rivalry, and it's always nice to get the better half of those kind of games. And it was fun.
It's the best day ever.
Zach Plotkin, Colin Quinn, Joe Finlayson. Thanks so much for the time, guys. Congrats on the big win.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. That's all we got here from the class of 1923 arena. Again, Drexel winner 7-6. We'll be back tomorrow, 7:40 puck drop in the D1 team's biggest game of the year as they take on the Naval Academy. So stay tuned to @Drexel Hockey on Twitter, as well as our YouTube page and the Drexel Point Streaks website for much more. And for our whole team here at the Drexel Hockey Network, I'm Bob Long saying so long. One more time, the Drexel hockey team, the D2 ACHA team, a winner, 7-6 over Penn. We'll see everybody next time.